Hello everyone and welcome back once more to the HellfireComms livestream. Today we have another session of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age, but we also have a little something special going on. As some of you might know from previous announcements or just me talking about it repeatedly over the past few days, I will be spending the entire month of December raising money for the Parkinson's Foundation. Parkinson's disease is a neurological disorder that affects a lot of people. Specifically, my mom suffers from it. You might know of Michael J. Fox, who famously suffered from it and prevented him from acting for a very long time. It causes a lot of different things, but the most common symptom between a lot of people is uncontrollable tremors throughout the entire body. So it's just something very important to me and something I want to support. That is the research to find a cure and to help support people who suffer with the disease. So if you check the donation link that is below the stream window or use !donate in the chat, you will be taken to the Tiltify page that I have set up for this fundraiser, which I'm going to be having run through all of December, all of my streams, every Saturday and at least one stream during the week. So we should get quite a bit done for that. So I hope you guys help support the cause if you can, and otherwise, I hope you just enjoy the streams. I'm not going to be harping on it too much because I know these are ongoing playthroughs as well, but I just wanted to make sure that was clear really before we got started. And now we can get on with the actual part of the game that we wanted to do. So first off, I am actually going to be covering a few side quests. There is a side quest that I can start by speaking to this little Viera right here, who is looking for a soulmate. And Axel, I'm pretty sure you can probably guess what side quest this is already. If you've looked at any part of the guide that I sent you.
I have, although I can't remember what this one is, because I know I've done it before. Oh, I know.
Yes, I'm looking for a love-struck man, which is right here, who just saw that Viera and instantly fell in love, which is a mood. He says that he saw the Viera heading toward the east end, but I believe that she is actually in the north end, according to my notes, in the Gambit shop. So let's go and find her.
Yep, she is in the north end.
Yeah, we've got to chase her down a couple times to talk to her about her secret admirer, I guess. It's a cool little thing, and you get some nice gear out of it. I think the best thing is that you get one of the best bows for this part of the game from the quest, so definitely worth doing right now.
Yeah, the Loxley bow, which is, as you said, like one of the best that you can get at this point in the game. And you also get 2 high potions for it.
Nice bit of dialogues there saying that Vaughn is not the Viera's soulmate because Vaughn is already spoken for, which is the closest thing to shipping that this game has, for some reason. There's a lot of... I won't even call it subtle because it's not even really that, but there's some relationship that you could see between Vaughn and Pinello and maybe Ash and Bosch, and of course Balthier and Fran have their thing going on as well.
Pretty much everyone in your party has a soulmate.
Yeah. The thing between Ash and Bosch is maybe a little weird because of whatever age difference is there, but also kind of because Bosch was the guard for Ash's late husband, and you know, he feels the guilt of letting Razzler die. So, you know, that's probably not going to be an entirely healthy relationship, if I'm completely honest.
Did you speak to her twice?
No, I did not. Thank you for reminding me. That was in my notes, and I just did not do it.
Yeah, because I saw, like, okay, I know you just spoke to her, but did you speak to her a second time and I just missed it?
Okay. Now, you know what? Let me speak to her again in case it resets when I leave the room.
That's also a good point,
Okay, that was just the same text I got a second ago. I just wanted to make sure. This is going to be great in the non-com recording where I'm just running back and forth for a minute. Flame has been uploading these streams to the Hellfire Playthroughs non-commentary channel, and he's been doing a great job of that, along with, editing the randomizer streams and the FF12 stream videos as well. So, props to Flame for always handling, like, a whole bunch of stuff for the channel.
Mm-hmm. He's kicking ass and taking names with it, too. So.
Oh, yeah. Alright, and I think we just need to go back to the Sand Sea now.
Yep.
It is a lot of running back and forth for this side quest, but it's a nice little thing. It's a cute little story, and like I said, good rewards, and it doesn't actually take that long, as opposed to one of the other side quests that I plan on covering, which is going to take at least a few minutes to get done, or at least progress as far as I can.
Yeah, some of the side quests in this game are really just... how do I say this? Tedious?
Tedious is a good word. Obscure. Very vague about
definitely.
Anything that you need to do to actually move them forward. A lot of them require holding on to items that drop from specific enemies that you might not know, like the Great Serpent skin that you get from the Nidhogg hunt. If you don't have that, you can't get the best reward from the Patient in the Desert quest, which is the one that I was just mentioning that's going to take a bit to advance.
Yeah, that one was a pain in the you-know-what.
And so the two lovers have found each other, and we get a Loxley bow. And is this actually good for our archer? I don't know, because she doesn't have the license for it. Judging by the increase in attack power that she would get, I'm going to guess it is good, and I'll just have to get the license for it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But next we have actually going to the Patient in the Desert quest that I was just talking about, because that makes more sense to go do that right now than the other one that I'm going to do.
And we did kind of mention this in the previous segment, but this is also the point in the game where you can actually go to the Mosfrin High Waste, I think it's called. I know, like, when I was thinking about the place earlier, I almost called it Mihen High Road. And I'm like, wait, wrong Final Fantasy game.
Alright. Well, that's not right.
That's definitely not right. It's. I think it's Mosfrin Highways, if I remember correctly, which can lead you to the Necrohall of Nabudis, the practically endgame area with the Zodiac Spear, and if you can actually survive, that's good treasure.
Yeah, so we were helping a lady here recover someone who was injured by bringing some stuff for her to help heal, like a fever and stuff. But unfortunately, we can't advance that until we do this part, in which the other side of the river has not responded in a while. And so we need to go figure out what's going on. And this actually builds off of one of the only required hunts in the game, if not the only required hunt, the flowering cactoid that we had to do at the very beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which we did have to bring back the cactus flower for the beginning of the Patient side quest. So very important that we did that, or else this would not be active as far as I know. And so we get to the other side, and there's cactoids. Cactoids everywhere.
Man, I knew I shouldn't have watered those plants.
So something is clearly going on, because this is not normal behavior for cactoids. They're actually typically very friendly and just kind of leave people alone. So something is definitely going on that we're going to have to find out about.
Clearly, these ones are just being pricks.
Okay.
I regret nothing.
I'm sure you don't. See, even Ruxel is making that pun. They're a prickly lot.
Yeah, but I went a little bit more adult. He's a kid.
Well, that was the father saying that, but even then. Look at them dance. Look at them.
Oh, mama.
Yeah, so I guess the big mama cactoid, I assume this is, lost her son, which was the flowering cactoid that we hunted. And so we're probably the reason that the son is missing, although he did kind of go out on his own and terrorize people, so that I guess was his own fault. Also, I like that this bit here where he mentions the cactoids led him all over the world, including the Mossfern High Waste, the Salica Wood, and the Necrohall of Navides, all of which are areas that could kill my party right now, let alone these random people.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is a very, very adventurous, we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Also, I agree with Leogon in the chat. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Hello, the King of the Nerds, and Leogon in the chat. Just for people that might be joining after we started, I am going to mention this once, that I am raising money for the Parkinson's Foundation. If you'd like to learn more about it, you could type !Parkinson's in the chat and !Donate to help me raise money for the Parkinson's Foundation. And that's all you're going to hear from me about that, because I don't want to go on about that too much in these videos.
Mm-hmm.
Until I get to the end, at least. We have to speak to the wife, because, as I mentioned, we gave that cactus flower to her to help heal the person that she is tending to, and she threw the flower away behind the house. And for whatever reason, it turns out that if we go check it, it's still sort of alive. It actually buds into a new cactoid, so this is not the same one, but it is a new one that has budded up from this flower.
I also find it funny how she said that she even tried boiling it.
Yes, she did. This is the thing I want to show off, though. I'm going to put things to *4 speed, because now he's super wiggle. Look at him go. Look at him. Alright, that's enough of that.
Chat can't see it, but I'm also trying to wiggle with them.
Alright, so we take this new cactoid back across the river. And we hope this will work, because as I said, this is not the same cactoid. They're looking for Dran, and this is not Dran. But you know what? I guess it's the closest thing we have, because we cannot bring that cactoid back to life.
What do you mean? Just throw a phoenix down on it.
Yes, from, what, 9 months ago? 10 months ago? However long it was.
Yeah, sure, it'll work.
So much wiggling.
Oh boy. Is the party going to be able to wiggle their way out of this? There we go. Got one.
Nice. And thank you, Deimos, for the clip.
Yeah, thank you for the super wiggle.
So this is actually not specifically part of the Patient in the Desert side quest. There's no, official list of side quests that's in the game, as far as I know. Other than, the hunts and stuff like that. So that was sort of a separate thing when we got a little reward for that, which was just a bit of money and a type of ammo for guns, which we don't actually have anyone using.
And I think we also get access to this side of the river, too, which means we get this access to this side of the Ester Sand, too.
Yes, which is a little bit higher level than I'm comfortable fighting right this second. That would allow us to continue the Patient in the Desert quest, or complete it actually. But like I said, it's a little bit higher level than I'm really comfortable doing, and so that will be something I do in a later session. But there are some things that I can do now that that part is done. I can actually come back to Dantro's wife and speak to her, and she wants some sim clam shells. I think the minimum that you need to find in order to advance the quest is 2, because there's 2 right here on the beach here. But if I actually go out of the village and check over here, there's 3 more that I can pick up, and in order to get the best reward, I need to get everything possible. So I definitely want to be grabbing as many of these shells as I can. Now I did read in the guide that if I take too long looking for these things, there is actually a rare monster that can spawn here on the beach. If I spend 3 minutes in this room area, whatever you want to call it, without killing any cactoid enemies, a high-level rare monster will spawn. Fortunately, I knew where the things were, so I didn't have to spend that much time there.
I think I know exactly which one you're talking about, too. It's like kind of an alligator-type enemy, in a way.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I'm pretty sure I ran into it by accident at one point during one of my old, just kind of casual playthroughs. And so now I need to head back to the outpost where we first met Dantro to grab some vials of Nebrillum, which is probably going to take a bit, and I'm going to turn it back to 4 speed while I'm running through the desert here. Just so things go a little bit faster. We also get to watch everyone moving really, really quickly because 4 times speed. This is unfortunately just kind of backtracking. There's not really much else to do here because all of these enemies are super low level. Fortunately, I did check out where I need to go before starting here so I don't get lost in like the labyrinth or places like that. Alright, so we speak to Dantro and he tells us, yeah, we got some of that stuff, you can just have it. And there's one that we need right there, which is the minimum. But if we grab the other one, which is right there next to the Chocobo, we can get the maximum reward, which I hope I'm going to be able to get. Because I'm pretty sure I haven't sold the Great Serpent Skins. So after the next thing, which requires going to the north end of the Ester Sand, as we mentioned, we should be able to finish that up and get a golden amulet, which doubles license point gain.
Yep. Very, very useful, and I think it's actually the second one you could potentially get. Or this might be the first.
I think I do have one right now. I just don't have it equipped on anyone because I'm an idiot, and most of my party doesn't actually have the license for it, as far as I know. So the next thing that she asked for is Veil Blossom Dew, which is in the Broken Sands, which is this area right here, which is a little bit just beyond what I want to be fighting right now. Even the weakest enemies in that part of the Ester Sand are like 4 levels above me, which is just kind of not fun, really.
It's not.
Yeah, Deimos, one of the big things about FF12 is that you need licenses for stuff, which I guess you probably already know because you're actually making a joke. You do not need a license to wiggle, fortunately. Let's see, I need to go this way. So now that we're done with that, I'm actually going to take this little path here. Did I run past it? No. I'm an idiot. And it's not in this room at all.
And apparently Deimos was not joking. He actually doesn't really know anything about this game.
Okay.
So he just runs with whatever info he has as fact and waits to be told that he's wrong.
Alright. Well, that is not where I meant to go. I'm actually trying to go that way. Okay, keep to the right wall. Yeah, I definitely just entirely missed the exit that I was going for.
Well, who needs a map, really?
So this is where I was trying to go. This is the first time in the game that we have reached the city, I guess you could call it, the fortress of Nalbina, which the Nalbina dungeons was where the party was incarcerated previously in the game, so kind of dangerous to come back here, honestly, because you'd feel like the guards would recognize us, but hey, they're all as stupid as they look, I guess.
Don't give them, don't insult them that way. They're just doing their jobs. Unfortunately, their job just means not actually doing their job.
Yeah. Actually, the reason that we were here is actually about some of those guards not doing their jobs. I'm going to be starting a side quest that I won't be able to complete until later in the game, but it is very important that I go ahead and do it now, because if I wait, I actually miss my chance to activate it. And this side quest is also very important to the lore of Final Fantasy in general, as it involves two of the most important characters in the entire series, who happen to have different names in this one. Some of you might recognize the name Biggs and Wedge, both from the fact that they were characters in Star Wars, I believe, and have been prevalent in most Final Fantasy games. So let's go see what these two guys are talking about. This is Gibbs, who, and Deweg, who are stranded here after the sinking of the Dreadnought Leviathan, which happened during the last session. And they're just kind of left without orders. They don't actually know what to do now, which is probably fair, because all of their commanding officers went down with the ship. I don't know if I actually need to trigger this particular cutscene, but I think it's a good intro to these two before actually getting along with what I need to do, because what I need to do is actually funny as hell.
Yeah, because I don't remember ever actually seeing this specific cutscene.
This is sort of meant to be a clue as to what you need to do to trigger the actual thing. Like July there, or Julie, as it's probably pronounced, doesn't quite understand what it was about, but your party probably gets a clue that one of the guys really does not like chocobos for a specific reason. And so we're going to take this chocobo from the stable here and try to approach the guards, and they kind of freak out because, one, this way is blocked off. We're not actually allowed to enter the Mospherian High Waste. But Gibbs is not having a good day. Look at Vaughn just strutting forward.
Yeah, it's just like, yep, I don't care. He must be Doman. Which I'm guessing is a Final Fantasy XIV reference.
Might be. I mean, I know Doma is in that one, but it's also in other Final Fantasies.
I think the only other Doma I know of is Final Fantasy VI, and they had nothing to do with Chocobo, so it has to be a 14. And Leogon in chat confirming that is indeed 14 reference.
I think the characters call Chocobos horse birds. It's been so long since I played Stormblood, I can't really remember. So basically, the guy freaked out because he grew up in the area where prize chocobos are raised, and he smelled like them when he went to the capital and wasn't able to find a partner, I guess. We don't actually need the chocobo for anything else, so just send him back to the stable. I could go into the Mospherian High Waste and, explore, but that level is even higher than the northern part of the Esser Sand. So I'm just going to move on, and we're actually going to head back to Jahara and continue with the actual part of the game now.
Admittingly, I'm actually kind of surprised you didn't go to Mospherian and just get the orange crystal with the chocobo and then just teleport back, now that I think about it.
That is a pretty fair point. Let's see. I actually meant to buy... What am I doing? I meant to buy the map for the Osmond Plain, which I think I can get right here, yes. I can also buy a map for Jahara, which is not entirely necessary, but I might as well.
I mean, it's only 30 gil. Might as well.
Yeah. You'll also notice that I have quite a lot of gil. I did quite a lot of grinding for the rare items in between sessions, so I actually have very good equipment and also got a lot of duplicate equipment, which ended up getting sold. I think I also ended up getting some very different things on my license board compared to what I actually got in the previous session. So certain people probably don't have the quickenings that they had last time.
So what you're saying is you ran into trial mode, stole stuff, grabbed treasures, and then just sold it off.
No, actually I did not do that. I just spent a lot of time fighting enemies and grinding on, like, reloading rooms to get the treasure chest for rare stuff. I didn't actually touch trial mode at all this time.
Wow, you're actually playing the game? Who are you?
Yeah, I just kind of took my
I'm
time when I was going through each area. Over here you can kind of see a path that goes through there and some chocobo tracks. If you're actually riding a chocobo, you can go through there, otherwise it's inaccessible. I will actually need to find a chocobo to do that during today's session, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get that far. I'd be pretty surprised if I don't make it to the mines during today's session.
And also, Deimos, I like how he's calling chocobos food to be. Definitely a fan of the Kilika fried chicken.
Alright, see, this is what I'm looking for. Yes, so I'll just go this way. Just making sure I'm going in the right direction. I think I did also do a couple of hunts that I could get around here. I didn't progress the story, like move on or anything, but I did one of the hunts that was here in the Osmone Plain, which was very easy to do with Larsa helping me.
Oh yeah, Larsa just kind of does... He just like makes a lot of things easy. In fact, most of the guest characters in this game are pretty overpowered at a certain point.
A lot of them, especially because they have special weapons that like affects their stats in special ways. And I mean, in the original game they were especially overpowered because they just had infinite supply of potions and items to help with stuff like that. And oh god, it's a red chocobo. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, it's not the level 99 one.
Yeah. I just want to point something out for you guys. Over here in this little alcove is where a single treasure chest can spawn. Hey, Larsa, you okay? Oh, you want to fight these things. Okay. That treasure chest can contain a weapon that I reloaded this room probably about 100 times for. And I got the other rare weapon that can be in that chest probably about 7 times before getting the thing that I actually wanted. So yeah, fuck that chest.
Yeah, fuck a lot of the chests in this game being so stupid rare.
Yeah, for sure. And thanks for the double check on the volume, Flame. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Reason tells me 'tis the only course. We must avoid a wasting war with the Empire at all costs.
So, a funny little thing, like when you were in the menu earlier, like I was looking at what classes you had and I saw Bushi, and it reminded me of a character from another game. I think I mentioned in the Discord, but me and my friend, we've been playing Breath of Fire 4, and there is a anthropomorphic dog named Sias, and he's practically a samurai, but guess what sword art he practices?
Bushido?
It's not Bushido.
Okay.
It's Bushi Dog.
Okay.
And that is an actual confirmation in the game.
Okay.
And, I looked it up, and I was telling my friend, and she was trying to also guess it. Her guess was Taekwon Dog.
Oh, that's also good.
Right?
It's like we were just dying laughing, and when I told her, no, it's Bushi Dog, she said, no, there's no way.
This is serious.
I'm sorry. Don't be Larsa.
Yeah, unfortunately, my best friend has to suffer with my puns, too. More so than you guys on stream.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, somehow she puts up with it. Fun thing, Van and Pinello's lines at the beginning of this cutscene are Final Fantasy Tactics lines when units return from propositions.
Cool. I wasn't paying attention enough to actually notice them.
Hmm.
From the War Council down to the rank and file. What better blade than he to strike down the enemies of the Empire?
I wonder if the judges know where Larsa's at right now. I'm sure Gerbrandt knows. That's kind of his whole job.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
I will not hear you malign Judge Sect. He was a noble warrior. Or do you think his trust in Lord Zane...
You have to, like, wonder, are these guys dying in these suits of armor whenever they go out into the desert?
Probably, yeah. It's gotta be awful, right?
Ruthless, you say?
I mean, if they know ice magic, then they could probably make it easier, or even water magic. Which, actually, that brings up an interesting point. If you cast the water spell, can you drink it? Is it safe?
I suppose if you collect it, it could be used. I've seen some, manga or whatever that's like they cast water and catch it in a bucket and then use it for a bath.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, bathing is one thing, but consumption, I think that's a different thing.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's pretty questionable, I would think, because who knows where the water is coming from or what it's filled with. It might just be pure water, actually.
That's true. Alternatively, if it is contaminated, you could combine the water spell, put it in something, then use a fire spell to boil it, and then use an ice spell to just chill it. I don't know if we should use ice, though, for ice cubes or anything, because same logic as the water.
Right, yeah.
Look at me trying to, like, make actual magic in Final Fantasy games be having applicable uses, even though we've never really seen it for such a thing.
I mean, people will often use fire magic to start a fire. Like, that's a pretty common thing, I think. But otherwise,
oh, yeah.
I don't imagine people usually do stuff like that, because it tends to be used for harm, I guess. Like, if you cast a water spell at someone, if they were, like, in a desert and they were too hot and you needed to cool them off, the water spell would hurt them because it's designed to do harm. It's lashing out at them with a high pressure stream of water or whatever. Or like casting arrow is not gonna like give someone a cool breeze. It's gonna send a bullet of air into their stomach or whatever.
Yeah, and then you got, like, Final Fantasy V, where they have the 4 crystals of the elements being used to power, like, the world. So Wind Crystal is sending wind around the world, Earth is making sure that everything is fertile, the Water Crystal is making sure that the water is safe, and then the Fire Crystal providing power and energy and all that. You okay, buddy?
He's fine. He's alive. It's alright.
Yeah, I mean, the tail is moving. He's okay.
Alright. So we're heading into a new area, which, is gonna have probably Flame's favorite area in the game, judging on some comments while he was editing last week's session.
And apparently in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2, there's a side quest where someone mentions ice magic being used to make shaved ice.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, we got confirmation at least that the blizzard spell is safe.
Larsa does not have this spell.
Oh, he doesn't have Stona?
Looks like it, even though my notes say that he should have it. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to use... See if I have any. Gold Needle, yes.
Yeah, normally it's not the bunny girl that gets hard, it's usually the guys that are around her.
Okay, Axel.
Oh, come on, like you were thinking the same thing, and Flame is not thinking the same thing.
Well, I certainly wasn't. I was paying attention to the game. I was going to
As
say
you
that
should.
if you leave the petrify status for too long, the character will actually be turned completely into stone and will be unusable until you remove the status. It's the same item and the same spell to remove both petrify and stone, fortunately.
And now Larsa.
Yes. I don't really understand why Larsa doesn't have it, unless he just learns it after gaining some levels while being in the party or something, because my notes definitely mention having that, or maybe he joins the party later or something, and that's where it comes from. He like leaves and rejoins and has it.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up just to see.
Yeah. Also, we have some of the most annoying enemies in the entire Final Fantasy franchise. Say hello to the Marlboros, or however that's pronounced, who can, of course, use the Bad Breath skill to apply a bunch of different negative effects all at the same time.
Oh, God. Please don't remind me.
And if you hate them now, you'll definitely hate them later when they get even worse, and you get even worse versions of that enemy, which can apply even more status effects at a single time.
All I'm gonna say is Final Fantasy X has made me hate it.
Yeah. I hate them in 14, but I'm pretty sure everyone hates them in 14.
What is it?
The main reason is because in 10, there is a version of the Marlboro that will always ambush you, and the first thing it does is Bad Breath. And I've had many a game over happen just because I ran into it.
Alright.
Making an appearance?
Come on, I'm talking over here.
I thought you'd left for good.
Hey.
Our choices are few.
Yeah, so there's something preventing us from getting through the jungle, and we've got to go check out what's going on. It looks like Fran knows what's happening, and Balthier seems to have an inkling as well.
You are ill at ease. The Netherite troubles you. You've let your eyes betray your heart.
Right.
What are you doing?
Soon you will learn.
Yep, it's time for Fran to go home. And she's probably not excited about it, and neither is the home.
Mm-hmm.
We go to seek aid of the Viera who dwell ahead.
And checking on Larsa, I don't see anything saying that he has Stona or anything.
Okay. It's weird because I
I
remember there was something in the guide about setting up a gambit for him to cast Stona. I don't know why that would be here if not for, it existing. Because it's in my notes, and that means it was in the guide. Either that or I'm a bad reader.
Which is really weird.
Bring her to me. She will know.
But apparently from looking through, he does have two magics if you don't have any of other magics. So he can have the balance and bubble spells, but only if you do not have time magic or green magic respectively.
Okay. Well, he had those two. I guess I haven't unlocked those far enough to be able to get those spells. Let's see, is there anything good here? Demon's Bane is a +1 for Bosch, but otherwise is pretty worthless. Some of this gear is pretty good. Shielded armor is amazing, so I'm going to buy 2 of those. Auto Protect is great for anyone that can equip it. And in fact, everyone would be wearing it at this point in the original game, because everyone can use the same license board.
Yeah, especially for, auto spells in any of the games have always been overpowered, especially auto haste.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm totally not speaking from experience in Final Fantasy V, where that is the most broken accessory in the game.
Picking up the spells that I can grab here. So I do have the Stona spell, I just don't have anyone that was in my main party able to cast it at the moment, because I think both of my people that have any kind of white magic are Ash and Pinello, which I did not have in the party at the time.
I wonder if you can set up the gambit for Larsa to actually be able to cast it.
I wouldn't think so, since he didn't have it in his spell list. But maybe I'll check.
Yeah.
I definitely don't really need him to be casting Vox on anyone that gets hit with silence, because that's not that big of a deal.
Also, you're definitely not going crazy. The guide does say to have Larsa with a Stona Gambit.
Interesting, yeah, because he does not have that at all. Also, fuck your potion gambit. Stop wasting my potions. So this is the Erut village, or however it's pronounced, because it's a weird word. The village of the Viera, which Humes are typically not allowed to venture into. There is one very specific treasure chest that I want to pick up here because it has one of the best magics in the game, which you actually mentioned by name just a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to see if I can find it.
Bubble?
Haste, actually.
Oh, haste.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely haste.
I don't know if my time magic person has the license to cast it yet, but I definitely do want to go ahead and pick it up now, like as soon as I can. I guess it's probably in the next area. I should have written down where the thing actually was instead of just saying, in the village, get haste. Sometimes I don't write good notes.
I mean, that is very helpful because it at least tells you, okay, there's a very important thing here. Let me make sure I get this damn thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is true.
It's in the Fane of the Path.
Okay. So it's probably after this cutscene, then.
Yeah, in the Fane of the Path, head east across the bridge for a scene. Afterwards, be sure to grab the guaranteed one-time barrel with haste magic in the dead end east from the scene.
Miriam lives here, doesn't she? We're here
Okay.
to see her.
This, I don't think it's this cutscene, but as we're leaving the village, we have one of the stupidest pieces of dialogue in the entire game, and I hate it. Every time I play this game, you know what I'm talking about, Axel.
Yeah, yes, I do.
We'll go as soon as we've seen Miriam.
If you can find her.
We're not leaving until you let us see her. Fine then. We'll look for her ourselves.
Ah.
Is it just me, or was Vaughn just being a complete asshole?
I mean, they are being treated as outsiders. Basically told, you're not welcome here.
Why do you ask?
Which is also, you know, pretty acceptable because we are intruding on their home.
Yeah, it's true, but Vaughn, like, you're intruding. You shouldn't be the asshole here.
He has no tact.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Vaughn really just has no social skills whatsoever, which is probably more dangerous on an extrovert than an introvert.
No, he does have social skills. Remember, he knows how to talk to people and get their attention. Remember? Hey, Buckethead!
So is the clean
Hello!
and so is our law.
Why do the models look worse than Final Fantasy X? I actually think the models look pretty good for what it's worth.
I think it's more the art style is different, and so everything is a bit grungier, and the faces especially just have some weird detail on them that makes everything look different than FF10.
Yeah. Although this is supposed to be the HD remastered version, so like I am kind of looking at the models, and they do look like they're like PS2 models, like not even upscaled.
This is on the Switch version.
True.
So it's not actually even running at 1080p. It's actually running at a reduced resolution and then upscaled.
Though I think like the models in the Final Fantasy X Switch version are still better looking, actually, when you think about it.
Thus to me has the wood
I
spoken.
don't know, it's been a while since I've seen the Switch version of that one.
The Viera may begin as part of the wood, but the wood is not the only end we may choose.
How's the game so far? I love FF12. I wouldn't say I love playing FF12 quite that much. I think it's a really interesting game to show off for a lot of reasons. It is not one of my favorite games ever. I love the world and some of the characters and a lot of the story. But man, the gameplay sure does grate on you after a while.
It really does. It really does.
So, I'm being called away, so I'm going to get back to the entrance to the village and step away for a few minutes.
Oh, did you grab haste?
I did grab haste.
Okay, good. And that was just me being a very silly person and missing it.
Yeah. Okay, one more little cutscene where Vaughn presents himself as the biggest fucking dumbass that one has ever seen.
So then, what was she saying about men in a warren?
In fact, I'm going to let this cutscene play while I step away, so I'll leave you guys with Axel and the music of the village while I step away, and I'll be right back.
There would be soldiers.
We're sorry for this, everybody.
Let's move.
Fran.
And by that I mean, we're sorry that you guys have to put up with my puns, because I'm probably going to be making a few.
Said, about how you said the same thing 50 years ago?
Here's the scene.
How old were you again?
This is where Vaughn should definitely not actually be doing any sort of thinking. If it wasn't for Final Fantasy XIV, I would not handle the old-timey way people speak. There's been a number of games that do that, and I don't mind it, but it does get a little bit annoying at times, depending on how far they go into the old-timey speak.
We're back. Sorry I had to take a break for a little bit. Let's get back on with things. Let's see. Yep, I have to head back to the Osmond Plain once again because the Viera that we're looking for went to go help some humans, I guess, and suddenly I have a cat.
Precious wants to play.
Yeah. Alright, Precious, decide where you're going. You can't keep running back and forth across my legs here.
Like I said, Precious just wants to play. Or she just wants the bunny girl.
The thing about continuing some of the discussion that happened while we were on break, the thing about Atlas limiting what could be shown in videos for like Persona 5 and stuff, that made sense when Persona 5 first came out and when they then released Royal, which had new content. Doing the same thing for the games re-releasing, 3 years later or something. Controller?
Did your controller just die?
I think my controller died because it was sitting there not being used for long enough, and moving the control sticks doesn't count as moving the controller to keep it on. So it was just long enough for it to turn off while I was running around. So Vaughn ran in a circle for a second.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sure, I'll give this guy a potion.
Are you sure? I mean, look at that armor.
The reason that I'm doing this is because he allows us to ride his Chocobo for free, I think. Yes, and now I can actually get to the mines, because otherwise I would have to go back to Jahara and rent a Chocobo there.
But yeah, I can understand, like, Atlas's and like reasoning for not showing up, because you want people to experience the game, or I guess like the other reason is you want people to actually buy the damn game. You don't want people to just watch things and like videos on YouTube and not buy the game and play it themselves.
I definitely understand asking people not to show spoiler stuff. That makes sense. The problem is with the claims of, if you show this stuff, we will give you channel strikes and take down your content, which I think is way too much, and as far as I know, none of that ever actually went through, and they just kind of let stuff be. So the threats kind of never amounted to much, at least after the initial release of P5.
Mm-hmm.
I do recommend like avoiding spoilers as much as possible to play any of the Persona games, really, because they're all, you know, pretty good stories.
Mm-hmm. They really are. They really are. We already gotten past the whole LP's ruined sales. Some companies probably would think otherwise.
I'm back to green in OBS, so if it starts derping again, let me know.
Yep.
Alright, now that we're done with stream being weird, this is the Henne Mines, which can be a very dangerous area. I think there's some secret areas that have high-level enemies here, much like most other areas in the game, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, that whole path right there, behind this door, I'm pretty sure is a high-level area that I can't get to right now.
If I recall correctly, the final Esper is also in this dungeon.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, so I need to open that gate, so I need to go back here and click this switch. I sure wish Precious wasn't sitting in my lap, because when I got back from my break a minute ago, I was feeling a bit warm, and so I took my slippers off, and now my feet are very, very cold. But I have a cat in my lap, so getting up is actually a federal crime, disturbing a cat like that, so definitely not going to do that.
What you should try to do is get the cat to go onto your feet. That way it keeps your feet warm.
If I could, I would. Let's see, do you have Viera? Yes. Definitely want to turn this on because I'm about to be attacked by a lot of enemies that are very weak to fire. It is very possible to just let Gambits do everything other than walking, I guess. The Tiamat fight, which can take multiple hours, can be done by just having Gambits running permanently. I don't think I actually need to click the switchboard right now, but it spawns enemies, and enemies mean XP and license points, so I'm definitely going to do that.
Mm-hmm. If I recall, I think this is also like one of the recommended grind spots too. In fact, I believe, at least in the old days for the speedruns, this was used for that.
Yeah, for sure. I think both of these doors lead to the same area. What I'm actually going to do, because Fran isn't worth anything for healing right now, I'm going to actually set up 2 gambits for her, one for normal attacking and one for casting spells. That way I don't have to keep switching the one gambit back and forth. I can just turn some on or off. Because right now I'm just going to turn those off. I guess I could just leave the attack ones on top, and those would work fine too, but whatever.
And now I'm remembering that there was a specific location with a specific enemy that spawns undead, and you could just, like, infinitely farm the undead for EXP and LP.
I think I know what that was. That's an area that we, again, might get to today, if it's the one I'm thinking about.
Definitely not, because it's much further in the game.
Okay, I'm thinking of the Stillshrine of Miriam, which we might reach today, but is possible we might not.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Switch to controlling Bosch, because I don't like controlling the long-range characters. Okay, Bosch is way more powerful than anything Vaughn or Balthier were doing.
Gold member saying, I just checked the speedrun times for this game, and I do kind of find it sad that the Xbox One version of this game has no runners at all.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, that's not true. There is actually one run for the Xbox One version. It's just New Game Plus. And it was done 3 years ago.
Alright.
But he does bring up a good point as well. Even the Switch version has a decent amount of runs. PC, obviously one of the top. PS4 and 5, decent amount.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game was ported to basically everything when they brought out the Zodiac Age version. At least eventually. I don't know that everything was, ported instantly, but they definitely made a bunch of different versions. Fran is already level 24, which I didn't notice, so I guess I'm going to put Pinello in the party now. Pinello should also be able to use Viera, so I should be able to handle the next set of flans or whatever they are.
I will say, there is one version that Final Fantasy XII did not get, but the Final Fantasy X HD Remaster did. And that was the Vita version.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can't really blame Final Fantasy XII for that one. The Vita was dead.
Yeah. Oh, okay, more enemies spawned. I'm gonna just check my map real quick, make sure I'm going the right way. Alright. Yeah. There's kind of only one way to go right now anyway.
Yeah. We don't have access to a lot of the mine. We just got access to what is required.
Yeah, coming back later with much better equipment and higher levels, there's definitely a lot more that can be done, but right now it's really not that much at all.
Also a key.
Yeah, that too. They like to lock off portions of certain areas by getting keys, which you usually have to complete side quests in order to get. Yes, a lot of people like to run the original FF12 for whatever reason. I don't really understand why you would punish yourself by playing a very inferior version of the game, just for the fact that it doesn't have the speed up option, really.
They have it and they like the game Spark. Can you blame them?
That was a grimoire that I got to drop from that enemy, and I don't know that I really want to do anything with those yet, because I know getting the grimoires too early from the bazaar can actually screw up drops for some things.
Oh, I know exactly the thing you're talking about, the monograph stuff.
Yeah.
I've heard that it doesn't really mess up, but I've also heard that it does. I have to look into that, because usually whenever I play, I always go for the monographs as soon as possible.
Can I get this treasure chest without triggering the trap? Yes I can, and it's actually a good thing. A bio emote is really nice. This chest is a mimic. Or a thunderbug, I guess, because mimics were the lower level enemies.
Thunderbugs are just mimics but advanced, we'll say.
They're mimics but yellow instead of blue. We'll just say that.
Yeah, also, I decided to go back to the speedrun page because I was kind of curious as to who is still running the original version, and I am not surprised. I've actually watched this runner quite a lot over the past few years when I was watching Final Fantasy XII speedruns.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I've watched a few runs of the original game before as well, and it's super interesting the things that get done, and this path is not on my map.
Yes. Gotta love that part of this game where it's oh hey, welcome to this this part of the map that doesn't actually exist on a map.
Alright, so that was a holy moat, which is probably going to be really helpful at some point or another.
I see a category called New Game Minus? Yeah, New Game Minus is like an actual thing in the game.
Yes, when you start, or actually not even when you start, just an option that you have on the menu is to do New Game Plus or New Game Minus, which you can start from any save file as far as I know, and it will just take the equipment you have at the time. New Game Plus, as you probably expect, works like New Game Plus usually does, where you get to keep stuff. I don't know the specifics of New Game Minus, but probably by the name you can assume that it's meant to be a tougher challenge.
If I remember correctly, New Game Minus is like the low-level run, so all your characters have minimal levels.
Okay, alright.
And they don't gain any EXP.
Alright. That sounds awful. But, you know, people do as people will do.
Challenge mode runs.
Yeah. Nice treasure chest with 4 gil.
Nice. But think of it this way, like people were doing Kingdom Hearts 1 level 1 runs. Even like the original Final Fantasy 12 where it didn't have the New Game Minus or New Game Plus options, people were doing what was the called the 112233 run, which was pretty much the low level game.
Right, yeah. I haven't been doing anything of license points during the session so far, so I'm going to spend a whole bunch right now, and the things that I spend here will probably not be what you see during the next session, because as I said, I do different things in between sessions. I basically load the old save file and play through it slowly so I can actually get everything. I already have all 3 of Balthier's quickening, so I guess I'll just kind of get good stuff for him. I don't think I can actually get very much in the way of good katanas right now. I think I actually have him equipped with a staff, if I remember correctly.
If I'm remembering correctly as well, I think it's like shortly after this is where the game opened up even more, so you can get like a lot of broken equipment in the Henne mines too.
Henne mines and Mosseren highways are like super open right now, so that's definitely like what you're going to be going for in a lot of ways.
And there's also the the Bujerba mines as well. If you happen to do one of the hunts for the key, you get access to like the deeper parts, which, if I remember the weapon, it's the Fomalhaut, which is like the best gun in the game. And it's also like really early to get, so you can get like really powerful.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out which of Fran's quickening things I should grab to get the best bonus, because it will unlock the spaces after it, and this is really the only one left that has anything, so I guess I'm getting this one. It's also one of the cheapest, so that works out for me.
And people in chat kind of like sharing a couple of different challenge runs that they've done. Final Fantasy in general has like had quite a number of challenge runs over the years. 10 having like some of the biggest ones.
I feel like 10 is like kind of crazy with the customization that you can do. And I don't even know that much about it.
Yeah, well, like, I've actually done a couple of challenge runs for 10 in the past, like on the PS2 version of all things. But then again, this was before HD. But like, I remember, like, in the old days of GameFAQs, you would like see topics with all these letters, and it's like, what the hell does all these letters stand for? Like, everyone was like just trying to like remove a lot of the I'm actually gonna say it, remove a lot of the fun from the game, just to make the game more challenging.
You know, sometimes that's how it is. Some people do like that kind of thing.
Yeah, and like people were just like going so deep into it as well, like trying to find all the strategies to beat the bosses with these restrictions. It was quite a time back in the I'm gonna say mid 2000s when it was all like the biggest thing happening.
I'm thinking that for the next session, I'm going to change my classes around on everyone to do some of the classes that were recommended. to me that I asked for earlier in the playthrough, because I do still have those written down. And I would like to try out some different class combinations, just to see what different things I could do. Just take the suggestions that people gave me back then. Don't want to walk over the trap. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta love the latest versions of the Final Fantasy XII game because, oh hey, I get to change my jobs. Meanwhile, OG IZGS, I guess I'm stuck with this job unless I want to start all over.
Well, even the launch version of Zodiac Age didn't have that, and for a long time that was limited to either the Switch version or the Xbox version, where you could only do it, only switch jobs on those. So the PC version and the PlayStation version were both screwed, but they did eventually bring that to all versions of the game, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, random dinosaur in the mines just to screw up your enemy kill combos.
Yeah, sure. Let's just throw a dinosaur in the mines. No one will bat an eye.
For sure. I am pretty sure there's nothing actually down this way that's worth doing in terms of what I need to do or anything like that. Really glad I blocked that Sonic Feigns attack, because that would have killed Bosch outright. Oh, I can't actually go that way because I would need to hit one of the switches in order to get in there, so I'm not going to bother with that. The only thing that I would have done is to just activate the thing so I could fight more of the flans or whatever. Yeah, my notes actually have basically nothing for the Henne mines. It's kind of just run through and finish.
Wow, Spar. Those are some notes.
Yeah, they sure are.
Then again, I'm one to talk. I don't really take much notes, especially in randomizers where I probably should take notes.
Oh, yeah. See, I write down notes for this, for like these games, long RPGs that I'm doing on a stream, so I know pretty much what I'm doing when I'm doing them to make sure I'm not going the wrong way half the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I want to get back to that room where the jellies spawn, I would have to go through this room anyway.
Though, I did mention it like while you were gone, but I've been trying out like a couple of different randomizers lately, one of which was the Kingdom Hearts 3 one. Thankfully, I don't really have to take notes on that one.
Ah, okay.
If you might remember, like when we did the Kingdom Hearts 1 randomizer, its hint system is pretty much the same.
Okay.
So, like, secret report. Okay, yeah, this location has this item in this specific room in this specific chest. So, very neat. Hashtag better than Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizers notes, or hints rather.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure more of those things are going to spawn when I hit this. And I have two party members set to cast Viera, so things should die very quickly. Which is good, because there is a lot of them this time.
So I don't know if Goldmember is suggesting it to you or someone else in the chat, but he is suggesting to try a shop-only run of Xenoblade 1, since the shop equips are way worse than drops.
That's kind of true for the most part, but I would say that in the case of Xenoblade, that only applies kind of towards the end of the game. At the start of the game, you're buying everything from shops anyway, because low-level enemies don't drop anything. I'm pretty sure you can run out this door and go back in and hit the switch again, and it'll spawn more enemies.
Yeah.
And that's how you're meant to, like, grind a lot of XP and license points on those things.
Yep, pretty much.
But I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, we're here to progress with the actual story. We're not here to grind out.
Right. I might do that in my own time, off screen and everything. like in between sessions, but I'm definitely not going to do it here.
There is that level 18 at Colony 9 that gives you a really good weapon for Dunban. Every time I see Dunban's name, I just remember like the streams that you used to do where he was just in a swimsuit.
Uh-huh. I'm also now realizing that I actually need to activate that switch, so I guess I'm going back to fight more jellies.
Yay! Can someone get us the peanut butter, please?
I guess Xenoblade is a lot like this game in terms of the fact that you can spend a lot of time going after rare drops and stuff even early in the game. I feel like Xenoblade is a lot less dependent on it, though. Oh, they actually don't respawn. I think I had to go multiple rooms away. Also, poor guy. He didn't make it. He didn't like the jelly.
Maybe the jelly's poisonous, and that's why we cast Viera.
Alright, let me turn those back off.
Nat wants to know what's this about peanut butter.
The enemies we were fighting, I'm pretty sure they're called flans or jellies or something, and Axel making a joke, as he is wont to do.
Hey, I gotta make jokes at some point. It's the only way I can cope.
I really should have focused on getting the license for the Loxley bow on Penelo instead of going towards her quickening. She really needs a weapon upgrade.
That's actually a good point. I'm surprised you didn't do that.
Just kind of forgot.
Did you ever get the gold armlet, amulet, whatever it was?
No, I need to finish the patient quests in order to do that. And I didn't want to go out of my way for that right now.
Oh, fair. And hey, now you got access to the Loxley bow.
Yep. It keeps me from getting Penelo's last quickening for now, but that's not that big of a deal since everyone else has got at least 2. Quite a few of my party members have 3, so I'm doing pretty well on that.
And the real question is, are you going to actually be using quickenings for her?
Probably.
Fair.
I mean, is there a reason not to?
Gambits?
I guess. I usually, for something like that, I would kind of save... See, what am I meant to do now? Because the way forward was right here, and I'm an idiot. Okay.
Oh, Spar.
Yep.
Well, at least you're... Well, I was going to say you're our idiot, but I think that would take offense to that, because you're really her idiot.
Resemble the ones at Lusu. Of course, Draklor must be searching for new sources of ore. Should the resistance forces move, the rich
Lusu mines, that's what it is. Wow, I can't believe I forgot the name of that one.
Wow, yeah.
I love how Nat just confirmed what I just said, too.
What is this mist?
How bad's the load times? Honestly, not that bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
The stench of fumes.
I think, like, if I were to, like, compare console specs, I would say, the Switch is, like, above a PS2, so load times wouldn't be that bad. And this one... I don't know. Something tells me, like, even, like, this HD remaster isn't, like, that bad. And clearly someone is possessed.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Larsa, do you have Stona? Is, like, that a thing you have now? Or is the guide lying to me? No, you just don't have Stona. Okay. Weird. That is very strange. I should be able to... Yeah, I could do that on Ash. That's fine.
I was looking at the part where it does mention him casting Stona, and the part that it mentions is up ahead, so I'm surprised that he doesn't have it at this point.
Yeah, alright.
Unless he only has it if someone else doesn't have it?
That might be the case, yeah, now that I think about it. Because I do have people that can cast Stona, and I also have people that can cast Regen, which I'm pretty sure is important for this too. Because, as you might expect, there is a boss fight coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably want to put... Yeah, I definitely want Bosch in the party instead of Fran. No offense, but Fran's not really useful unless there's a lot of magic to be done. Probably same with Pinello, actually. Yeah, give me Vaughn. That's fine. We came in here chasing a bunny, and we found a dragon. Oh, this is the thing that we were looking at from the start of the mines. Okay. I didn't realize that was the boss arena that you could see.
And this is Tiamat.
Let's see. Vaughn, you're kind of worthless to me right now in terms of being a foe breaker. See if you can steal something, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Has a high potion, ringworm scale, and a Leo gem for steals.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just not going to bother. I might worry about that in my own time.
It is weak to earth, so if you have like any sort of earth elemental stuff, that's really good. Absorbs wind and half damages pretty much almost every other element.
See, cast Disable Ga, and 2 of my party members got disabled. Can you remove Disable with a remedy? Probably not.
Let's see. If you put it over, it will tell you. And I think that also factors in the lores, but yeah, it definitely doesn't look like it. I forget what exactly removes it. Disable Gus sounds like a wholly unoriginal name.
Let's see. Alright, good.
Fiend of Wind, this is not. Surprisingly, though, it actually is fitting because it does absorb wind and it's weak to earth.
Okay, so Ash can remove Disable. Good thing I checked that.
Okay.
With her remedies.
Yeah, you need a Remedy Lore Remedy Lore 1 license. Wow.
Other than that bit of Disable going on, this fight has mostly gone pretty well, I think. I think it's probably about to start getting a little bit worse. Especially if he starts doing breath attacks that cause sap. I can just counter that by casting Regen.
And apparently Tiamat, with its regular attacks, can also inflict Petrify.
Ah, okay. Which is probably the reason that the Stona Gambit was recommended.
Yeah. I wonder if he has access to Stona in this fight.
I really think it was just a thing where Larsa can cast it in case none of your party can.
Maybe. Also, Tiamat is weak to Earth because it honestly looks like a Steel-type Pokemon.
Oh, alright.
I mean, I can kinda see it, but that's a giant-ass Pokemon.
Yep. Alright. That, again, aside from Disable, was not bad. And I was able to deal with that pretty well.
Mm-hmm. There's another status summon that's similar to Disable, but I can't remember what it was. It prevents you from moving. Unless that's what Disable does.
Is it just stop?
No. It's different from Stop, too.
The only other thing I could think of is, Immobilize prevents you from moving, which can stop you from attacking. Or
that's it.
Just the X Zone.
It's definitely Immobilize. Immobilize stops you from moving, but you can still attack. Disable just completely stops you from attacking.
Okay.
Which is really dumb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hi! It's that thing! I forgot that thing was here. Hello! That thing whose name is much more relevant to people in Final Fantasy XIV after the last expansion.
That thing inside her, what was it?
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, Final Fantasy XIV also takes place in Ivalice, or at least part of it does.
It has Ivalice in its world, but it is not the same Ivalice.
Okay. It's just same name, different place.
It's the same name, and sort of, it has Rabanastre, which is really about it in terms of places. It's got a lot of callbacks to tactics, I would say, more than 12 in terms of the stuff that's in 14. Although Fran is there.
So long as the wood herself is safe
I
from harm.
think we also see someone named Cabranth, but I don't think
But in me,
we know much about them, if I recall correctly.
I had to discover why they had come.
The storyline that was going to continue, but they fired the writer that was working on it at the end of Shadowbringers, which kind of sucks.
They took me there.
Yeah, I think I remember. Well, I don't remember about the guy being fired, but I think I remember there was a crossover between 12 and 14 at one point, or it may have been Tactics actually.
There was a crossover for 11 and 13 and 15 at different points, and there have been things like outfits brought over from a bunch of different games as well. But specifically, there was a series of raids brought in for Ivalice, which then continued into some other content that dealt with Dalmasca and some of the other things that you got to fight a few of the Espers, actually, which was pretty cool. And judges are included, but
I didn't know.
not in the same way. It's really weird how they adapted a lot of it, I'm going to be honest. And like I said, because the writer was fired, and that story actually left off on a cliffhanger, I think the conclusion to a lot of the characters' stories was in optional text tucked away in some collectible trading cards in the game or something like that, which does kind of suck, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Nah. Although I don't really play 14, every now and then I kind of look at certain things, or I get recommended a video because, oh, hey, I'm a fan of some of the older Final Fantasies and certain characters. And hey, guess what? We put them in Final Fantasy 14. It's oh, cool. I guess I'll look at it for a bit.
14 is absolutely just a love letter to the entire Final Fantasy franchise, from the amount of references and things that are just included in it.
And even past bosses too, because I know that they Gilgamesh, I wouldn't even count it, but that's because he's just really one of the series' most popular characters. But I know that they also put in Exdet from Final Fantasy V, as well as his final form from the same game. And if I remember, they did a really good way of introducing his final form too, where it's oh look, it's space. Wait, what the hell? Why is there a crack forming in the sky?
Yeah, they tend to bring a lot of that stuff in as sort of filler bosses, I guess, which is a bad way to call them. But they're just bosses as part of a raid tier, which are not entirely tied to the story. What they've done a couple times is have some of those things be simulations. There was specifically one where a certain entity was drawing upon dreams of other realities, and so you were fighting. They have a boss fight against the Ghost Train from FF6, which was really cool.
But there's a very important question: can you suplex it?
No.
Okay, worst boss ever. Please delete it. If you can't suplex the Ghost Train, then no, you did the Ghost Train dirty.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Sadly, Monk can't suplex it, yeah.
I am sorry to make you do this.
Imagine if it did, if you could do it, but required having a monk in the party, though. How awful that would be.
I mean, I would be okay with that, as long as we could actually suplex the goddamn train.
It would have to be a thing that works for any class. They wouldn't limit it to a single class. But it also wouldn't really make that much sense for other classes to be able to do it, I guess.
True. Oh yeah, the 13.2 also had DLC with Gilgamesh and Ortros. from Final Fantasy VI. And I remember watching the cutscenes like, oh my god, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ultros is, I don't know, you know about Ultros from 6, right?
He's a raging pervert.
Yeah. He pretty much acts that way in 13 too as well. And then you have Gilgamesh, who's like, yeah, I'm not going to use swords, I'm going to use guns. But like halfway through the battle, it's like, oh, these guns suck. Whatever, back to swords. Swords are cooler anyway. And then all of a sudden the real boss fight begins.
Mm-hmm. I think I do want to try to do the Gilgamesh hunt in this game at the very least, in terms of like super bosses or extra content or whatever. I'm probably not going to bother going for like Tiamat or any of the optional espers, but I do want to fight Gilgamesh because I've never seen that.
I won't spoil it, but the Gilgamesh one in this is actually pretty good. The only thing I will probably spoil is prepare to steal a lot.
Yeah, I know about that.
Okay, at least that's good. And if I remember correctly, I think his voice actor in this one is John DiMaggio?
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Leogon, for confirming that. Yeah, he actually did a pretty good Gilgamesh voice, I'm not gonna lie. And I will say, I also watched the Stranger Paradise boss fight against Gilgamesh from the DLC. That boss fight actually looks pretty good.
Oh, alright.
Like, I haven't played it, so, like, watching the gameplay is like, okay, whoever's playing this is actually playing very well. But the gameplay actually looks pretty decent. It, like, doesn't look as bad as I initially thought.
Yeah, I watched Tom's quick look of, like, the demo, and it did look pretty fun. I just kind of refuse to play the PS4 version, because I know it's going to be horrifically inferior.
I think I heard that there were problems with the PC version as well. I don't know if those problems have been fixed. But then again, I don't know how long ago those problems were mentioned. Like, it could have been on release and then they got fixed after, like, certain updates and all that.
Alright, that chest is guaranteed to have the Amber Armlet, which I don't actually know what that does.
Alright, time to be Mr. Exposition.
It increases physical damage dealt when empty-handed. Okay, cool, it's worthless.
It's good if you're going for a monk build.
But why would you have a monk without a weapon?
Because monks fight with their bare fists?
But they fight better with weapons.
Sometimes they do.
Okay, I don't remember which one of these I was actually going for. Right, I definitely want to go for this one, because that gives me access to the Yagyu Darkblade, which is a weapon that I definitely want to be able to use. Unfortunately, I missed out on my chance to access this one, because this is the spot where the other quickening was for Vaughn. So I cannot access Ninja Swords 2 for him ever, which is kind of sad. But I do have the one for Ninja Swords 3, which, by the law of how numbers work, is probably going to be better.
That's usually how it is. Wait a minute. If you're going to get the Yagyu Darkblade, you might as well fight Yasmat. I'm joking, obviously, but...
I mean, it really depends on how I feel when I get there. How tired I am at this game, to be honest.
To be honest, I will not actually, debate with you on whether or not you should fight Yasmat, because it's Yasmat. I wouldn't stop anyone who doesn't want to fight him. By that logic, is Cure 3 better than Cure 2 in Final Fantasy XIV?
No, because those spells do different things. They shouldn't be numbered to begin with, and you know that. Like, yeah, you know that, Nat. You know that's not how that works.
It hurts to type that as a white mage main, too. Okay. Also, even the wiki is mentioning this about the amber armlet. However, it is usually better to use a weapon than to fight barehanded, making amber armlet a niche accessory to use.
Mm-hmm.
There is only one battle where the player must fight unarmed, and that's in the Nalbina dungeons.
And there's no way to have that by that point.
Yeah, unless you do, like, trial mode shenanigans or whatever.
I guess, you could probably get it from trial mode. But that's a lot of work for basically nothing.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much the other niche use is if the party has a weapon whose attack stat exceeds the character's strength and level average, then you're better off using the weapon. But if not, then you can use no weapon with the amber armlet.
Alright, so we have another boss fight right after this. I'm pretty sure it's literally in the next room.
Oh yeah, the Elder Wyrm.
Mm-hmm. Also known as an annoying piece of shit.
Which, funnily enough, is also a skippable boss fight.
It is, but you have to go through a higher level area in order to do that.
Mm-hmm. How to fight Yasmat, do the Ridorano Lighthouse raid in Final Fantasy XIV instead. I don't know why, but for some odd reason, that's making me laugh on the inside, but also cry on the outside.
Do I have anyone that can cast Asuna, actually? Don't think I do.
Someone should have access to it.
No one has the license for it. Unfortunately.
I thought you picked up the license for it. Like, I want to say Ash should be able to?
On the white mage board... Let's see, where is her magic? It's that one right there. Yeah. I don't have it on her, and I don't think anyone else would be able to reach it.
So yeah, you're pretty much 51 license points away.
Mm-hmm. Which I am not going to take the time to get right now. Penelo actually cannot use Asuna. I guess she doesn't get that white magic.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Good old red mage.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm just going to have to use remedies.
Hmm.
That's going to be fun. I need Fran and Penelo in my party, because they're the ones that are going to be casting Arrow. And Arrow is very good against this boss. I'll just save over this one again. Do you have haste available? You do have haste available. Let's go into this battle with haste. Because I can actually cast this ahead of time, and it should still be active by the time I actually get into the fight.
The boss is also weak to silence, which can kind of make things a bit easier.
I don't know if anyone can cast silence, and I don't have anyone using guns to use the silence bullets.
Wait, does Larsa have access to Asuna?
He might. I should check that as soon as this cutscene is done.
You know what, actually no, he probably doesn't, because he does have, like, specific status healing spells, but I don't think Asuna was one of them.
Mm-hmm. I will double check anyway.
And my friend is messaging me on Discord saying that her wife was announced for a game.
Okay.
Specifically, like she and I, well, I play an MMO and she used to play it, but she does have a favorite character, and that MMO is releasing new path updates for all the characters, and her favorite characters just got announced in Korea.
Oh, okay. Neat.
So she just like, my wife has been announced with a link to the Twitter video.
Okay, I guess, yeah, Larsa does not have that available. No, Ash, I do not want you to have slow on, so let's put haste on you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You could also slow him down to make him less dangerous. Status susceptibilities: confuse, reverse, sleep, silent, and slow.
Okay. This is where the fight gets tough, because this attack can cause a lot of status effects to go on at one time, and they can all be pretty bad.
This is Sporefall, if I recall.
Yeah.
It is also like recommended to spread out, because then you can avoid certain party members from getting hit. Like in this case, Ash did not get hit because you're controlling her away from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Larsa also did not get hit because of that as well.
Which is good. You know what isn't good? Penelo and Fran having so many status elements on them. Thankfully, you're removing them.
Mm-hmm. Penelo has been hit with silence. I assume Larsa is going to heal that momentarily.
Well, he's currently working on a cure.
Oh, did that remedy not go through? Pretty sure I tried to use a remedy on Penelo. I guess I probably overwrote the queue.
Probably. There we go.
Let's see if I can get a slow on the Wyrm. Probably not. No, it missed. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you're almost halfway done.
I'm gonna keep Ash away from the rest of the party, yeah. Alright. Going well, going well. Larsa is actually being a tank somehow, which is really nice. One more Spore Fall, but this should not be a problem.
Yeah. This one should be good. It seems like he's going to target Larsa, so based on how close you are, Ash might get hit?
Yeah. Larsa was the only one that got hit, and I could just heal that after the fight's over, because the fight ended immediately afterward.
Nice. Yeah, this boss can actually be pretty tough if you're not really prepared, and in your case, you were mostly prepared.
Yeah, the fact that I spent a lot of time leveling up and getting some new licenses during, like, in between the previous sessions, definitely helped out a lot. If I had just been going through with what you see on stream, that fight would have been way tougher, because I have died to that fight in playthroughs many times.
And Asuna probably would have also helped you out, too.
Absolutely, but remedies, while they are incredibly expensive, are also very helpful. Can I go backwards to just use the crystal? Yes, I can. Yeah, because that's going to get rid of all of the bad effects that are on Larsa. I know there is a one-time chest in here, which I hope I did not lose access to by doing that. Okay, yeah. There's a one-time chest that just has a little less than 10,000 gil. For some reason, I guess it's a dragon, it's hoarding, as dragons do. Oh, I actually don't want you guys to be casting arrow on everything anymore. In fact, Ash is silenced. Let's get the boys back in the party for a little while.
The boys are back in town?
The boys are back in town.
Oh, well, this is more of a jungle, not a town, so... So, welcome to the jungle, we got fun and games. Please don't DMCA us for that.
It's Guns N' Roses, they might.
Well, hey, wait, I'm Axel! I approve I approve of the use of it. Disclaimer, I am not actually Axel from Guns N' Roses. Please don't sue me.
I think the description in the item menu does not show all the things that Remedy heals, by the way. It only shows the default, whether you have the lures or not.
Huh, I thought they updated that. As a hey Jeppo, welcome to the stream. The British FF game, haha, lovely.
I don't actually have any items. I don't have the item to wake people up, which I think is the alarm clock. I don't actually have any of those.
Are you near the save point?
Oh, it's the Prince's Kiss that does it. Alarm clock is the effect of it. It's the visual effect is the alarm clock.
Huh.
Oh, if I had kept the girls out to use arrow, they would have actually been able to destroy those things. Oh well. Is this the right way to go? I sure hope it's the right way to go. Because the Galmore jungle can take you to some very dangerous places if you go the wrong way. As Axel mentioned, you can go around the Elder Wyrm if you don't want to fight him. I think you actually end up having to fight a higher level and tougher boss if you do that, though, which I think takes you through the Salika Wood, or Salika Wood, or whatever. If I remember correctly.
I think I think there's a boss fight that you have to go through there. Or I might be thinking of a different enemy. Or thinking of a different area of that. Because it is the Salika Wood, but...
I'm pretty sure if you skip this, you have to fight the big bomb.
At least the bomb is kind of easier, though. Like, you don't have to deal with status effects.
It's higher level, and it can spawn enemies, like additional enemies, pretty much infinitely. Which can also explode if you leave them alone, so it's kind of... It could be one or the other, really.
True, though... I mean, we have access to Viera, so I think Blazara might also be available to us, which would make it so much easier.
Yeah, for sure. And now we are in the Paramina Rift, which is also, like many other places, very dangerous if you go the wrong way.
Yeah, this is where we can find... I think it was the Snow Entite, or one of the Ice Entites.
Yep, for sure. I'm going to be mostly just kind of running past a lot of things because I kind of just want to get to Mount Bur-Omisace as quickly as possible, and then I can go exploring. Because I think some of this area is even locked off until you do that, maybe.
Question though, has a game ever made you cry?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
There have been a couple of games. I can't remember them off the top of my head, though.
Persona 5, Xenoblade 1 and 3 both did. Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, at some point I gotta pick up Dragon Quest 11 again.
Dragon Quest 11 is probably going to be one of the games I cover next year on the streams here with Axel, so I hope you guys look forward to that. I basically had to look between either Dragon Quest 11 or Persona 5 to which game I wanted to play first, and I kind of picked Dragon Quest 11, which might be surprising.
I'm actually surprised when you said Persona 5. Like, wait, you had that option?
Yeah.
Did Square Enix contact you and bribe you?
I wish they would.
Don't we all?
I think not caring about the PC release of Persona 5 is really the big decision there. Because it's got the de novo anti-cheat or whatever, which I never want to support.
De novo.
Fun fact, de novo was included with Dragon Quest XI the original version and the re-released definitive edition. It was removed from the definitive edition later on, but still exists for the original if you buy and download it now.
That's really weird.
There's also kind of no point to go for the original because the definitive version exists.
Yeah.
Like, it really shouldn't even be a listing in the stores.
It was you, Excellency, who handled that sword.
The fact that you could still... Like, I can understand, like, still having it available for those who bought it, but still having it available to purchase, unless it's, like, super cheap compared to, like, the definitive version... Why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's Square.
Yeah, I'm also pretty sure you might want to double check this on like Steam or whatever, but I'm pretty sure they're the same price.
You know what? I will double check that right now. Because I'm kind of curious.
My hands are stained with blood. I see little reason to stay them now.
God, Vayne is such an asshole. I hate him as a villain in this game because he's just not that interesting.
Let's see. I see Echoes of an Elusive Age, the definitive edition, $40. It's not showing.
Regular edition is just Dragon Quest XI. The other is Dragon Quest XI-S.
Oh, they don't have it.
Okay, it's not on Steam anymore then. They did take it off.
Oh. And while just doing a quick search, I saw a game that I used to play, and it's available for $2 on Steam, which is interesting because when I originally played it, it was not available on Steam.
Oh, nice.
The game is called Rosencrystallet, which probably makes no sense to anyone, but it's pretty much like Mega Man meets Castlevania.
Okay. The game for people who love hard games.
It's a game. It's a hard game, yes.
I like how I said I was going to be running past everything, but I'm fighting everything. That's usually how these things go, I guess.
I mean, you got some Phoenix Downs for it.
I suppose.
Yeah, now you can go do some dust yellow. Actually, no, never mind. We're way too far ahead. So, you remember, like, in the original Final Fantasy XII, there was they had like, the Clan Centaurio ranking system thing?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think still exists in this version.
It does.
I can't remember. Okay. So, do you remember, like, what the highest ranking was?
No.
It's Order of Ambrosia, and there is a speedrun of this on the original version, and I remember watching it a long time ago.
Do you see what I did?
Did you just teleport?
No, I went in a circle.
Oh, Spar!
Alright, well, that was a nice scenic tour of the Paramina Rift.
It's just the path that our tour guide sent us to. We have to go off the tour guide's path. But yeah, I remember watching one of the Order of Ambrosia speedruns, and the reason why I remember it is because it was something like 32 hours or something.
Mm-hmm. It probably requires quite a lot to be done.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to do, and of course it does require Yasmat, so that's fun. And the person did it in a single sitting as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it may not have been 32. It may have been like it was definitely more than 24 hours, but it may have been under 30. And I remember him saying, like, yeah, not to worry, I got some chocolate here, and I can make a sandwich at a time.
Hmm.
And as Leogon is actually pointing out, yeah, it has nothing on the button Kaito's 100% run, which takes over a week to actually do.
I saw a video about Super Smash Bros. Melee all trophies, which is, of course, entirely based on RNG, which I imagine Baten Kaitos is as well.
Baten Kaitos is a little bit different. It's mainly the items in the game can evolve based on time passes, and one of the items that you need to evolve requires a week to pass. And it's not like you can just shut the game off and wait a week. No, you have to leave the game running for a week's worth of time.
Okay. Alright, well, that's not fun for a speedrun then.
Yeah, so currently the world record for that, which was done 10 months ago, 337 hours and 55 minutes.
Okay.
By some guy in Japan.
Props to people for being able to do that, because I sure fucking couldn't.
Apparently from someone who actually did do this kind of run, there's still some time to sleep and of course do other things like work and all that, so you don't have to like just sit at your game the entire time. But yeah, you still got a lot to do, and even with like that week-long wait, like you still have to actually play the game at times just to make sure that you don't that you still get the fastest time, which, oh my god, why would anyone put themselves through that?
Right, yeah. I want you to know that I have absolutely no fucking idea where I'm going.
Don't worry, I don't know either.
I definitely don't know the correct path to actually get to Mount Bur-Omisace. I think this might be the right room to get me to where I want to go.
When I was playing the Zodiac Age version, or not Zodiac Age, the IZJS version, I actually had downloadable maps that would tell me where everything was. Mount Bur-Omisace is in the top right.
Okay, I thought that might have been the case. Yeah, I just kind of ignored that path. It was pretty much the only place I hadn't checked.
Yeah, top right is Mount Bur-Omisace, top left is Golmar Jungle, middle left is the Feywood, and then the bottom is the Stillshrine of Miriam.
Yeah, the Feywood I definitely don't want to go into just yet. That's some high-level shit right there. Oh, Larsa got confused and hurt himself.
Well, hey, at least he knocked himself out of the confusion.
Yeah. I love these cutscenes because you see how big the world is. But I also hate these cutscenes because you see so little of the world itself in the actual gameplay. Which is, of course, a limitation of the consoles at the time. 12 would absolutely be one of those gigantic open-world games that are so popular nowadays if it were made, like, right now.
Oh, yeah. Like, a common thing that 12 is mentioned as is pretty much like Final Fantasy XI, but offline. At least, like, in terms of, like, scale. The Murasame with the water element for some reason.
Yes, I definitely want you to have this, because ice damage is going to be a big thing in one of the bosses coming up. By the time I get here in between sessions, I'll probably have better gear than all of this anyway. Let's see, let's go ahead and trigger that crystal. And I should speak to this merchant because I think he has magics, yes. Definitely want to grab these, holy shit. I want a couple of these because immune to confusion is really good. Alright, let's buy maps. Definitely want to make sure we get these, at least for the Rift, because I already got lost there once. Don't want to do that again. And I guess I'll spend 15 gil for the Mount Bur-Omisace one.
Are you going to get lost in Mount Bur-Omisace?
Probably. There are a ton of NPCs to talk to here, and all of them have really sad stories because they're all pretty much refugees. But I'm not going to do that.
Oh, wow, Spark. Come on, they're refugees.
I remember years ago on my own stream, I kind of wanted to cover FF12, but I was like, I don't actually want to play it that badly. So what I did is I found someone's playthrough on YouTube, and I messaged them and I was like, hey, do you mind if I just play your videos on my stream and commentate over it? And they were cool with it. And so I did, and the first video is him spending like 40 minutes going out into the Ester Sand to steal wolf pelts and speaking to literally every NPC in every town and like every room. And I was just like, okay, no. That's a bit much for me.
To be fair, that's kind of what the developers expected you to do in RPGs. Like, they expect you to interact with the citizens.
Mm-hmm. That's not what I want to watch and commentate over, though. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure.
We're basically meeting the Pope.
Oh.
He's like the elf Pope, I guess.
I always thought like Bird Pope, except without wings.
Is he sleeping?
No, my child.
Whoa.
I do
Oh,
not
God
sleep.
damn that facial hair.
I dream. For reality,
No, precious.
an illusion or a duality. Two parts of a whole. Only the mirror of dreams reflects
I feel like
what is
this
true.
cutscene, even though it looks like it's in the normal engine graphics, is at a higher quality than normal.
I am
Lay
Ashelia.
down your words. Ashelia, daughter of Rabanastre, I have dreamt your dream. Who better to carry on the Dalmascan line than she who bears the Dawn Shard? Your dream of a kingdom restored is known to me.
Grand Kiltias, then give us your blessing. Grant the Lady Ash her accession to the...
This is something you might reconsider.
Ah, yes, the second Cid, whom I always forget.
My little
Yeah,
emperor
Al Cid.
waiting. You called and I have come.
I would even go so far as to say he's the cooler Cid.
Yeah, I just don't consider him a Cid because his name is Al Cid, and his name is very rarely mentioned.
I am but one of very, very many. Try as I might, I could not stop these.
Now I just have like the meme, like if we were to take Final Fantasy XII's characters, we get Cid, and then the cooler Cid.
I'll Cid Margrace at
Epic
your
glasses
service.
removal
To
reveal.
think I stand
Also,
with the Lady
hello,
Ash,
Secretary.
It is truly an honor. I see it is true after all. Stunning is Dalmasca's desert bloom.
In Arcadia, Larsa.
By the way, yeah, the Pope's just kind of still here
Cid,
Yeah.
while the guy's doing that.
not of war. Should Empire join with Empire,
I mean, he's just like, I'm here too.
the way will open for a
I'm
new
always here.
Idris in our time.
It's making me wonder, does he ever move? Does he ever eat?
Much of dreams, but in the real
I don't know.
world, war
Depends
is
on how much you
close.
need those things when you're
Grand
literally
Kiltias. I was
dreaming
told my
all the
coming here
time.
would prevent this war.
True.
I was to assume my
Wait, does
father's
that mean he-
throne and announce the
You know what?
restoration
I don't
of
wanna think about
Dalmasca, treat with the Empire for peace, and persuade the Resistance to stay their hand. I have not come all this way to be asked to reconsider.
A word from you and the resistance would stop cold, and Rosaria's pretext for joining the war scattered off to the four winds. This was what we had hoped. Alas, circumstances change. A full 2 years have passed since your reported death. Were it to become known you are still alive, I fear it could only worsen our current situation.
Because I am powerless to help.
Nay, in fact, it has little to do with you.
Then what?
This guy reminds me of a Resident
Maybe
Evil
Ash
4
would
character, and I'm not sure
restore
why.
friendship. Perhaps I could then persuade the Emperor.
Oh, you know what?
His
I can kind of
Excellency
see Lewis in
settles
him.
peacefully.
Yeah.
The Emperor Gramis is no more.
But
His
does
life
he
was
get
taken.
stabbed by the enemy's leg?
No, but the Emperor did.
What possible cause could we have to lay hand on
Yep, so the Emperor is dead, and the Senate has been framed for it, because Vane is Vane.
A viper amongst our senators?
Yeah, he just wants to be an annoying little words.
A viper with many tails. Much of the Senate is culpable.
We had no choice but to strip the Senate of authority and assign powers of autocracy to myself until such time as order...
Spare me your lies! I see the serpent coiled here before me!
Trace, you speak too freely.
Zargabath! Do not tell me you join in this mama's farce!
Zargabath looks like
Poised to invade any moment.
one of the Rosarians. He looks like he could be Alcet's brother or something.
That's true, actually. If I recall, like, I think like some people in Arcadia are kind of like from other countries as well, because they realize Arcadia is like a huge ass place. And plot-wise, if I remember correctly, Gabrant and Bosch are actually from Nabudis. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Also, you got Drace making, I believe, her second appearance and probably last.
When you bared your sword at His Excellency, you bared your sword at the law.
You wear the mama's motley well, Bergan.
And we do have a donation for the Parkinson's Foundation.
Oh, nice. Let me check that real quick. We have $10 from Not Axel Ryman, who says, because Parkinson's sucks. Here's to a cure so it's not just a Final Fantasy for those who need it. Thanks, Axel.
What? No, it wasn't me. It's not Axel Ryman.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Zargabath, take the Alexander. You will accompany Bergan and bring Larsa back to me, sire.
You know, on one hand, I like that they kept some of the old Esper names as, like, the ships for the game, but I also dislike that because growing up with them, I would have loved to have them, like, as actual summons in this game, but then again, maybe that's just, like, classic Final Fantasy for me.
Would you serve another master, Hound? You may fulfill your duty as Judge Magister before us all.
Then again, I am also one of those weirdos who does not really find 7 or 6 or 10 even as like the best Final Fantasy. I'm the guy who likes 5 more than all of them.
Do it. I care not.
Gabrant, do it. Do it.
Live, Gabrant. Protect the young lord. Protect Larsa.
Sorry about that. I was putting in some eye drops because my eyes were bothering me.
Pray be quick.
Like, in my head, all I could hear was Palpatine just going, do it. Do it. Do it. You know, one of my favorite edits from that scene in Star Wars is actually someone making it be like Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
Yeah, where like they put the overlay and it's like, defeat Darth Sidious. And they just treat it like the battle versus Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, goodbye, Drace. You had so little screen time. Until trial mode.
Suppose you approach the Empire with a peaceful resolution. The late Emperor Gramis would have lent you his ear, that much is certain. but we are dealing with Vayne's Solidor. Should the princess return, he would claim her an imposter.
Vayne is mad for war, mad for power.
Vayne wants
War,
this war.
what is it
Much
good for?
certain. As our ill luck would have it, the man is a military genius.
Well, clearly the Arcadian
Veins
economy.
have told me thus. To reveal yourself would imperil us all. I see war, and Vayne's name writ bold on history's page.
Arcadia's banners fly high. They are making ready for the coming war. According to our latest reports, the Western Armada prepares for war, under Vayne's command, no less. The newly formed 12th Fleet has already been deployed. Oh yes, the Imperial First Fleet stands ready. They'll be underway as soon as the Odin's refit is complete, and there is more. The second
Yo, I have to like wonder what is going through her mind.
The secretary?
Yes. Because it's like, clearly between the two of them, she's the brains.
Grand Kiltias, your grace. I spoke to you of my succession. Let us put that aside.
Hopefully she's getting paid a lot.
Should I become queen of Damascus now, powerless as I am, I can protect nothing.
Yeah, he has 5,000 gil, 3 Phoenix Downs, and 4 X potions.
It is
Take it or leave it.
the Nethicite of which you
Okay, fine. Here, I'll throw in some of these
I require
daggers.
something far greater.
to wield power against power. Truly, the word.
I require something far greater. I must wake up now.
I am descended from the Dynast King himself.
Indeed. Then you have but one choice. Seek you the other power Wraithwall left.
Does such a thing exist?
Journey across the Paramina Rift to the Stillshrine of Miriam. There rests the gift he entrusted to the Grand Kiltias of his time. Seek it out. The Sword of Kings can cut through Nethicite. Why he would entrust the power to destroy Nethicite?
Yep, the Sword of Kings.
Which is a weapon that does not require a license, and anyone can wield it, and is also generally pretty bad. It's more of a story thing than an actual gameplay thing.
Unless you're playing the randomizer, then it can actually become one of your best weapons.
Okay. Does it randomize the stats on it?
I think there's an option for that, but it's also more the fact that you can get it anytime in the randomizer, including at a time where, okay, I don't have access to certain licenses.
Right, okay. I am looking forward to the eventual randomizer playthrough whenever we do get around to that, which will obviously be after we have finished this game to avoid spoiling people.
For sure. And I think I had mentioned, like, there's 2 versions of it. One of them which is kind of like normal story progression, and then another which is open world. I'll probably showcase both of them just for fun.
Okay, yeah.
Because I have messed around with it, and I never noticed that these augments existed, because they're usually put on enemies or guest characters. But when I saw them, I'm like, wait, why did we never get these? And then I like read the descriptions and I actually use some of them. It's like, oh, that explains why.
Okay, yeah.
A good example is one augment that makes it so that you have 0 charge time for anything.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm going to attack, and you just constantly attack until the enemy is dead.
I'm going to rent a Chocobo, because I don't feel like fighting across the rift. I already got lost in it, I'm just gonna go for wherever I'm going. Let's see. The Stillshrine is...
directly south.
Yep, okay. Chocobos be fast as fuck, boy.
Good thing enemies cannot hurt us while we ride them.
Yep, including that ice elemental that's right there.
Yeah, we don't want to fight that.
We're kind of getting close to the point where we could attempt to fight elementals, but I also kind of don't want to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Who wants to fight those fuckers? Well, I guess people who want to go for the bazaar and get some money and all that.
Yeah, like they do have good drops and whatever. It's just not really
fun to deal with.
Not fun to deal with, not worth it at this point because of how tough it would be.
Mm-hmm. No, that is like one downside about the chocobos in this game. You have a time limit on them.
Mm-hmm. You have a time limit, and also you can only do the sprint so many times as well. I think this entry area actually has some things, doesn't it? Maybe not.
There are 2 tourmaline rings at the end of the east and west arcs. They are one-time guaranteed chests, as is the one near the southern exit containing a battle harness.
Okay. I should go get the tourmaline rings then. I think I probably already have some just from buying them, but hey, more doesn't hurt. I think these things also lower ice damage.
Let's see. Makes you immune to poison.
Yeah, half damage from ice. Nice.
And it also actually makes you immune to sap in the Zodiac versions.
Nice. Yeah, half damage from ice is actually going to be really nice for one of the upcoming bosses.
Oh yeah, and the halving of ice damage was actually added in the Zodiac version too.
Oh, okay. So all it did in the original was to just protect from poison then.
And apparently there is also no equipment in the game that has absorb ice, specifically absorb ice.
Alright.
There is one item or equipment that does absorb all elements, ice included, but other than that, nothing specifically for ice.
Okay.
Which I'm kind of curious about. Oh yeah, this is a shield.
That's kind of a weird face on that statue right there.
Oh my god, it really is. It might just be me, but it looks like it has a dick for a chin. I mean, just because of the way it's sticking out.
Alright. There's a thing I need to interact with in here, and if I try to interact with it when I don't have the Dawn Shard equipped, then it will just summon zombies instead of actually activating properly.
Also, I just realized that we are in the Stillshrine, which is actually the place I was referring to earlier. I didn't think we'd get this far.
Oh, no. The Stillshrine is very close to Wraithwall's tomb.
I think the part specifically is also further down. Like, it's one of the more harder areas of the Stillshrine.
Yeah. There definitely is, like, some high-level stuff that can be here. I think I can take the Dawn Shard off now.
Did you happen to grab the ice shield in near the teleport crystal?
Yes, I also already had one.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just like looking through the guy, I'm like, oh wait, there's an ice shield. Wait, did we grab it?
Yeah, because Vaughn already had one. I got treasure chests to get those in between sessions. Which I suppose I didn't really need to bother with that badly. Unfortunately, equipping the Dawn Shard put Bosch's MP to 0, which also cuts out all of his quickening meter. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the quickening meter aspect of it. MP, not surprised. And if you have ice weapons, this is also a perfect time to use it.
Yes. I do have people that can cast Blizzard, probably. Oh, these things, which reappear as enemies in Final Fantasy XIV.
Great. We're just fighting heads now.
Yep. Once again, things that are weird to arrow, weak to arrow even. They're also, I guess, weird with it. Can I get this without the trap? It was a good trap anyway. Oh, nice. It was actually a beneficial trap.
And now you just got Countdown.
I don't know what Countdown does.
I shall look it up. Reoccurring time magic spell that... It says reoccurring, but it started in Final Fantasy XII. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh, it's used to inflict doom to a target.
Huh, alright.
It has a 60% accuracy, requires Time Magic 6 license to use, and can be used by the Time Battle Mage job.
Alright, let's put some arrow gambits back on, because I'm tired of selecting it every time I want to use arrow. I have more than enough MP to just have that set. I think that last arrow did 1337 damage. Nice.
It did. It did. So, wait, who was the one that casted it?
It was either Fran or Pinello. It's got to be one of those two.
Well, one of them is clearly a lead speaker.
Alright, I think I need the Dawn Shard equipped again for this next thing.
Yep. This is kind of weird, because I don't remember having to equip the Dawn Shard, unless it was, like... You don't have to equip it, but you just go through a harder part of the place. Or maybe I didn't, I just forgot all about it.
Might be.
Yeah, 12 is like one of those things where there's a lot of things you can forget about it and then be like, wait, I had to do that? Did I actually do that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is a thing where you have to equip it even in the original version. Let me get that for Balthier, so you can use the new armor I picked up.
Yeah, and Leogon confirming you have to, even in OG. Huh. Holy crap, I just realized you have Curaga already.
I do have the Curaga spell, but I don't think anyone has the license for it.
Fran does, actually.
Oh my god, she does. Alright. She didn't even have Cura before I grabbed that right there. So that's funny.
Well, good news, you pretty much have like a really good healing spell way before you probably actually need it.
I mean, I was able to buy it, so...
Yeah.
Oh, that costs 100, I suppose. Yeah, I want to increase people's HP so that they're not dying. Oh, there's the license for Countdown right there. Also, Stop and Bleed. I should be picking some of these up. I don't know why I've been ignoring them. Probably going after the Quickenings.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Speaking of which, there's the last one for Pinello. Does everyone have 3 now? Yes. Nice. Let's put someone else in the lead so that they can equip. In fact, let me just put Bosch in the lead again. So that he can equip it, because his MP is already empty anyway.
Yeah, Cura still is going to have use because it's AoE. Curaga is pretty much a single target, which, if you kind of like run like a tank style sort of setup, then yeah, that can actually be effective.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this might be optional, judging by that inscription.
Pedestal of the Dawn. The guide is saying to activate it with a...
Well, the guide would tell you to activate it even if it was optional.
True.
I think it was something I had to do. Just the description of hidden paths to be revealed makes it seem optional thing, but I guess it was required. It just opens these hidden paths.
Oh, so it looks like you just went back in a circle.
I mean, I had to
wait,
to
never
that
mind.
previous area, yeah.
Yeah, I just realized. Wait, nope. There's the side entrances. That explains it.
Alright, what is this thing weak to? Because I know this is actually an enemy, but I don't remember what it's weak to.
Let me see. I know it likes to cast Aquara quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything over here for me to fight? No. Okay.
It actually halves all magic damage.
Okay, so fight it with physicals then.
Yeah. Punch it. Or don't punch it, but...
Well, yeah. Cura is actually not quite strong enough to heal Vaughn, because he's got so much HP. Okay, yeah, that didn't go too badly.
Yeah. And good news, you get a save point out of it.
Yeah. You just gotta fight that crystal bug first, which you can ignore if you so choose. I'm sure there's challenge runs where people don't use any save points in the whole game.
Oh boy, that is pretty hardcore.
I think there's rare enemies that can spawn in this room, which, like most other rare enemies in this game, I'm not going to bother with.
One of them is... Oh, actually, one of them is the farming enemy, the Negelmer.
Mm-hmm.
The way to get to spawn, though, you have to spend at least 30 minutes within the Stillshrine.
Mm-hmm. I hate this thing, this particular enemy that teleports around.
The Dark Mare. You also have to kill that to spawn the Negelmer.
Mm-hmm. It can teleport anywhere in this room, which means it can go back to the entrance. And then you chase after it, and of course by the time you get there, it's teleported away again.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I may have missed a treasure chest somewhere.
There is a secret area to the west where you face the Dark Mare. But so far from looking at the guide, I think you pretty much got everything.
I mean, I know there's this, but is there anywhere else that you're talking about to the west?
Yeah, I think like one of the walls may be fake or something.
Okay.
It just says there's a secret area to the west. Also recommends to equip steel paulines on anyone you can because of traps that are in the area.
I think I vaguely remember this fake wall. Ah, yes, here it is.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the one thing about this game. It has, like, so much, like, hidden areas that are just like, oh, by the way, you can see a wall. But then you get closer, oh, it's not a wall.
Mm-hmm. Or things that are just not on the map.
Yep. Yeah, and you'll also be fighting these oilings who want to just burn you.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, they are flans, so I guess they're the spicy flan.
Oh, okay. Yep, that was the trap.
Oh, yeah. I thought maybe you could see it, but I guess, nope, you just step right into it.
It's literally right there at the start, yep. Okay. And of course it's gonna throw me right into fighting some enemies. Ash is dead. Okay, that's fine. I guess I don't have to worry about removing stuff from Ash.
This will give you the spell shield.
Okay. Which is probably not worth it if I had to be honest.
If you have someone that can use shields and you want to reduce magic damage because it has auto shell, then it's pretty decent. And if I remember correctly, I think you also got you got something with auto protect.
Okay, I don't think I have anything to remove Berserk, unless remedies can. Which Fran's remedies cannot. Okay. Fran, time to use that Kiraga that you just picked up.
There is also a rare game enemy, the Matriarch Bomb, that can appear in this room.
Which it looks like it did, unless that's a normal bomb.
Oh, that's a good question. I think if you like choose attack to pick your target, you can probably see.
That is the rare enemy, yes.
Oh crap.
And I ran over the befuddling trap again.
Oh no. Did you happen to also dispel the shell it had?
I haven't done anything to it, but right now I'm thinking I should run.
Yeah, you could probably run and heal up and just say screw it.
I'm gonna run back to the crystal, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Jesus Christ.
We'll try that another time, maybe.
Alright. That was not fun.
And the oiling has now confused Bosch.
Run, 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 run. Okay. Well, that sure was something. Good thing those traps don't respawn, though.
Alright, so we're gonna check the other thing, and I believe that takes us back to the Ward of the Sword King.
I'm gonna go back there and fight those enemies.
Okay.
The crystal does not remove Berserk.
Well.
I suppose because Berserk is seen as a beneficial status.
Yes. Usually in some Final Fantasy games, for some odd reason, they see it as a buff. Which kinda makes sense, because it is an attack power increase. But,
Alright, I'm pretty sure I can remove it with Dispel, but there is an issue.
You're gonna lose your other buff.
No, the issue is that the people I have that can cast Dispel are Berserked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to use it and, not die.
Someone in chat is saying the trap hits me every time I walk in that room.
Oh crap. So you may want to equip the steel polygons then.
I don't think I have those. Nope, I sure don't. Which means we're not doing that.
At least till you learn float.
Mm-hmm.
Or get them.
Hi, enemies right outside the door.
I feel like they were going to help you. But then you decide, you know what, I'm not going to go up there. You betrayed us! or maybe the opposite. Hold on, we're going to follow them, we're going to let them fight, and then we're going to kill them and take the treasure for ourselves.
Hey Ray, welcome to the stream. Let's see, I want Tourmaline Ring, yes.
I'm surprised that you don't put the embroidered tippet.
That's a thing I would do in between streams. The bitrate is so low because my internet sucks ass, Ray. It's always been like that for my streams.
Yeah, and I was actually just about to say the same thing. Like you're gonna use that during between streams.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I'm probably gonna have to put the Dawn Shard back on. I just took it off. It's more noticeable with the Dark 3D game and also the fact that everything is moving at a higher speed because of the speed up function.
Mm-hmm.
I think I go through these doors now? Nope, I sure don't.
You did the switch, so you return.
I interacted with the sword, which opened a door to a waystone. Oh, I have to go through this door. It's the other side that's locked.
Yeah, return to the Ward of Measure, head up to the northwest corner and down the stairs to a newly unlocked door. Stupid guy was like talking about, oh, by the way, here's the Matriarch Bomb. If you want to fight it, you can do this. By the way, there's this thing called the Negelmer. If you choose to fight it, here's a whole paragraph as to grinding it.
Yeah, the problem with that guide is that it's a Platinum Trophy guide. And so it's got every fucking thing.
Also, nice 3-hit combo by Bosch.
Mm-hmm. Your chances of getting combo hits, I think, is what the speed stat actually does. And is also determined somewhat by the weapon equipped. Some weapons are much better at that than others.
And I think it also is dependent on what character is using the weapon, too.
That as well. Also, there's a lot of bombs here.
Yeah, that's a balloon. There is a ruby ring. I want to say the ruby ring has reflect. As a auto-reflect on it.
Oh, Pinello was still casting arrow and everything. Oops. Let's see, okay. Treasure chest. There's the ruby ring. I actually want you to cast Aqua on this thing because it's weak to it. Wow, that did do quite a bit of damage, actually. Well, I guess Aqua's doing about as much damage as the regular attack from Bosch and Ash, from the looks of it. I was going to say, I like the classic, like, Final Fantasy menus, in terms of, like, scrolling through to select your spells and whatnot. Except for the fact that you're stopping the real-time combat in order to scroll through everything.
I mean, you can change the setting for that.
Yes, but I don't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah. I should get Balthier out here so we can remove his Berserk as well. Okay, I need to move this statue to face toward the middle? Or is it away from the middle? It's already facing toward the middle.
Man, I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to Berserk. The spell status, not the anime/manga.
Face the blade. So I want it to face towards down here. So it actually needs to face south.
Yes. You have to rotate it clockwise to make it face the center.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of the areas where you can get infinitely spawning zombies, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mostly infinite. I think they do run out, and you have to reload the room for more.
Yeah, this one doesn't have the Negelmar, so it can't just spawn them. Apparently this room has 10 treasures.
Oh, alright.
The area is a bit of a maze with treasures hidden down various paths. All of them can contain gear. One of them, which is the most notable, is the Ashura katana.
Oh, alright.
There's a platinum sword, an obelisk, and a hunting crossbow. All those are in the southeast dead end. There is a power rod, Kiku Ichimonji, and a golden staff in the dead end near the center. A Loxley bow to the north of the statue, that is your destination. A hammerhead right near the exit, and a Ras Al Ghedi south of the exit in the short hallway to the east. And as you can probably imagine, because we keep up with gear, we already have a number of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. These are things that I'm going to be spending time trying to get from the chest when I go through it between sessions. For right now, I'm just going to, run around, grab the chest, and deal with what I get.
Ashura is also the first ninja sword available, and is only available to a Shikari.
Yeah, ninja swords work very different from katanas as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
I think katanas are based on magic power.
I have to check that the formulas for that one. If I also recall, I think the ninja swords are also all dark elemental, or at least most of them are.
Well, I did pick up the Ashura. I don't know if that's a guaranteed one or not.
It is.
Okay. Big improvement for Vaughn.
Mm-hmm. Although you lose access to your shield.
This is true. And that shield is specifically going to be really nice for the next battle.
You know what other shield would have also been pretty good?
Hmm?
The shell shield.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just saying.
The zombies aren't resistant to Dark Elemental, are they?
Let me see. This thing doesn't mention the zombie warriors stats, so I'll double check. They absorb dark.
Okay. It doesn't look like it, because it's damaging them.
Oh, that's a ghoul.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at zombie warrior.
I did fight a zombie warrior, and it looked like it damaged that one, too. I keep pressing that button for map because I've been playing another game where that's the button for map.
Apparently the ghoul also absorbs it. Oh, you know what? This is showing stats, and it's probably for the original version.
Okay.
No, it's still actually showing the same thing. Huh.
Let me just check, because I don't think... Yeah, the Ashura is not Dark Element.
Oh, okay. Oh, but it has blind on hit.
Which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here's the second statue. Yes, I need to turn this one 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be like me and then select clockwise and then want to do it the other way because you're really weird and just like doing things a certain way so that you end up having to turn it like 4 times. Ah, you got that self-destruct off. Interesting. Wow, Fran, what happened to your MP?
Casting cures.
Huh. Interesting. Fran has been casting arrow on everything. That's what's been happening. I still had that gambit active. Casting cure wouldn't do that, but casting arrow on literally every enemy sure would.
Oh, yeah.
I sure do like the color brown. Because that's all that's here. I like how I turned off the arrow gambit and immediately ran into an enemy that's weak to arrow. Such is life.
Such is life.
Oh. I didn't realize that was literally right here. Okay. This is a mini-boss, and there's a very special thing about this mini-boss, in that anyone using any kind of metal basically has the slow status on them.
This is the Venuskar.
Yes.
If I recall.
Yep.
Surprisingly, even though you are using a two-handed weapon on Vaughn, he is susceptible to blind. And apparently, this is the second earliest chance that you'll have to get the Thief's Cuffs if you haven't gone for the ones in the Zertan Caverns.
I assume he has them that you can steal?
Yeah, as a steal. It's a 30% chance. Also, he wants to break the game.
I'll give it one more steal attempt.
Unfortunately, we can't allow him to break the game. That's Spar's duty, so we have to show our dominance. Also, it seemed like Vaughn got something.
I stole a Knot of Rust.
You got the 80%. I don't know how these percentages work. It says Knot of Rust, 80%. Thieves' Cuffs, 30%. Damascus Steel, 6%. That's not 100. Alright, that's over 100.
That might be with some kind of special thing to improve steal chances or something.
Maybe.
Did I hit him with the silence? I think I did, because he like went dark at the end there.
Oh yeah, that's the blind.
Oh, the blind, yeah.
People love the magnetic cape from Final Fantasy IV, right? Let's bring that gimmick back. I hated that stupid gimmick. Thank you, Randomizer, for making it easier to do.
I think the worst part is that this appears right after the shielded armor, which in the original game you're going to have everyone equipped with because it's the best armor you can get right now. There is a one-time chest in this room, if I recall correctly, so I want to make sure I grab that for the Sage's Ring.
Yeah, after the battle, grab the Sage's Ring from the chest up ahead before opening the ancient door.
Oh, it's literally in front of the door. Okay. Can't miss it. You can, but you really shouldn't.
And then there is a map urn in the next room.
I'm going to make sure I grab that. And this one I want to turn counterclockwise. Yes.
Alright, you got it.
Sorry, did I just not have any of them facing the right way? I think I don't have any of them facing the right way.
Uh-oh.
I think I have done fucked up and they were all wrong.
Wait, hold on. Go back to that statue? Because I wonder if the map is... Yeah, it looks like it's pointing down.
I think it needs to be pointing down, doesn't it?
No, it has to point left.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta make a point to the center of that area, so...
Oh, okay. I thought it had to point towards the sword, and the sword is at the bottom of the map.
No, it's the center of all of them. So, like, they have to kind of, like, face towards each other.
Oh, that's just the way the map is laid out in terms of how the game represents it. One of the statues is definitely still wrong. In fact, the other two statues are definitely still wrong. Which is weird, because I didn't even set them to be pointing south, which is what I thought I needed to be doing. They weren't even that. I was wrong twice.
Look at the bright side. The map can at least tell us where they're facing.
Yeah, that I did forget about. I can just kind of go backwards through these areas now.
Mm-hmm.
Flame's gonna have a fun time fixing this for the non-com version, let me tell you.
He'll just cut out the trips to the statues and just show the statues being put in their right directions.
Yeah, something like that.
Or maybe he'll just leave it as is, just to be like, Spar, I'm not going to edit this. You can have all the people see exactly how you fucked up.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. I've honestly told Flame that I don't really like how my gameplay has been for the non-com version, and I would kind of be okay with just redoing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad I killed those bombs before they got that attack off.
Oh, yeah.
Because, for a game like this, I would rather it be as high quality as possible, and I would probably record the PC version so it would be at 60 FPS and not look terrible. But it is what it is.
I'm surprised that you... Like, have you equipped the Sage's Ring?
No, I don't actually know what it does.
It reduces MP cost by half.
Oh, okay.
And it also halves wind damage.
Alright. That is definitely gonna be a good one for Fran, which I don't think anyone has the license for it, actually.
Yeah, you need accessories 14, which is pretty far in.
Why is accessory 17 right here, though?
Why not?
There's 14, okay. It's laid out in a very strange way.
It really is.
Okay, I need to focus on getting more magic for Fran. Let's see if I can get... Where's 14 for Pinello? It's also over here. Right, because they're both red mages, they both have the same board. For that one.
And Nat is saying the reason why it's like that is to trigger someone with OCD.
Yeah. Probably.
It sounds like it's working.
See, ashes are laid out, like, properly in a row.
Well, she is a time battle mage. She had time to actually fix it.
Oh, okay. There's the license for the steel pullings, but I don't have the item.
Hmm.
See, is there any reason for me to get anything on Foebreaker right now? I don't think I have most of these techniques. Foebreaker is one of those things that is kind of iffy throughout the entire game because it only does certain things, and you need certain things to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those things are just not available when you want them to be.
If I recall, like, Foebreaker takes its name literally, where it actually tries to break the foe in terms of, like, buffs and debuffs.
Right, yeah.
Well, mostly just debuffs.
But the thing is, a lot of what it does, again, is pretty limited, because you need specific techniques to be able to do most of them.
Yeah, it seems like it's more of a late game type of job.
The problem is that even late game, a lot of its ability is kind of not that great.
I think some of it got reworked, at least in like IZJS and on, to be more effective, especially against endgame enemies. Because I remember reading something about it, where they did get changed to actually be usable.
Okay.
I could look up the changes, but now it's like, I've been looking up stuff. Do I want to look up the entire laundry list of all the differences?
Which I'm pretty sure you did during the previous stream anyways, so...
I did, though. I did go through everything, too.
I don't think we have enough time in a stream for that.
No, it would take up the entire stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew that I could get back to the other statues pretty quickly, so I just ran through that room.
Yeah.
Ninja swords are very good with combos, and I think Vaughn is very good with combos as well, so definitely a good choices of equipment there. This thing needs to turn clockwise. I did not rotate the statue in the middle because we were talking about something. I ran right past. That's okay, I have to run past it again anyway. Double check, that's facing towards the middle. I've been going for 3 hours. I am moderately tired.
Oh yeah, that's fair. No, I decided to like look up the entire hit combo rate just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
So certain weapons from certain weapon types also have different values. A good example, the ninja swords all have increasingly higher rates. The Ashura is, of course, the lowest one with 12%.
Mm-hmm. Because it's the first one.
Mm-hmm. The Masamune for the katanas also has 30%, while all other katanas have 20%.
I need more gambits for Fran.
However, there's more to it. In some cases, it also is affected by HP. Although, actually, no. Specifically, the number of hits is based on your HP.
Okay.
If you have less HP, you actually can deal more hits.
Alright.
Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, no, what the hell? This is very weird. Oh, wait, no, I think I know exactly how I should be reading this. So, like, if your HP is greater than 25%, then you have a 40% chance of doing 2 hits. But, if your HP is less than 6.25%, you have a 0% chance.
Alright.
And then we go up to the highest amount, which is 12 hits. If your HP is anything above 6.25, you have a 0% chance, but you have a 5.3% to get 12. So I'm guessing it's like, whenever you attack, it looks based on your HP and determines what the chance will be. Oh, and of course there is an accessory that can also increase the amount of hits.
Oh yeah. That's the Genji gauntlets, isn't it?
Genji gloves, yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a certain character thing regarding it. Although, maybe what I'm thinking of is... because someone has made a Google spreadsheet with so much data on this game, such as like what characters work best with certain weapons. Like, some characters will attack faster with certain weapon types compared to other characters using the same weapon.
I think it's mostly that some attack slower. Like, Balthier is slower with guns because he has a unique reload animation.
Yeah, something like that. Which is kind of funny, considering guns is what he starts with.
Mm-hmm. It's like his iconic thing, but it's actually the worst for him. Not by a whole lot, because it's not like the animation is that much longer, but still. Hey look, it's the thing!
Oh, it's the Nagelmer! But we're not going to be farming EXP. You may be using that off stream.
Maybe. I'm gonna, like, fight it here.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know... I'm definitely not gonna be, like, farming it or anything.
Uh-huh.
Oh, someone was hit with a Doom. How do I remove Doom? I think it's just a remedy? If someone has that?
I think Remedy might be if they have the proper lore.
Yeah, I need to check who's gonna have that. Vaughn has all the Remedy lores, so you should definitely be the one to use it.
Fran is also slower with bows for the same reason as Balthier.
Yes.
And we are coming up to our next boss fight soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as Axel mentioned earlier, this thing only spawns if you clear the enemies out of this room and have been in the Stillshrine for at least 30 minutes, which I definitely have been at this point. I've been in here for a while.
Yeah. It's only the Dark Mare horse. Once you kill it, then you leave the room, and then you come back in, and it'll spawn if you've met the time requirement. Also, Vaughn is going to be stoned.
Yes, I am looking for my gold needle.
Oh, hey, apparently I'm a winner from Coles. I don't know what I entered, but it's clearly spam because I see a ton of gibberish.
Oh, alright, fun. I think the boss is right through this door.
I believe so.
Let's see. Fran, do you have Thundara? Good. Penelo has Thundara. I should equip, Do I go Sage's Ring? Or... see, what was the thing that cut ice damage in half?
Tourmaline Ring. Yeah,
which
Tourmaline.
she does not have the license for, and neither does Penelo. Great. See if I can grab those real quick.
I was gonna say maybe a Penelo or Fran as your Sage Ring user for magic spells.
So Penelo... nope, neither of them have enough license points to get it. I guess I'm just not gonna bother with that.
And you could go fight an enemy. You just need 5 for Pinello.
Okay. Pinello can have the Sage's Ring.
Apparently, it doesn't have wind. It absorbs. Oh, that's because like the layout on the wiki is so weird. Like you would think the stats would be like sort of at the bottom of the listing. No, it's actually at the top.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna put the ice shield back on Vaughn. I'm pretty sure the boss will resist the dark damage anyway.
Nullifies dark.
Oh, we also found out that Ashura doesn't have dark anyway, but having the ice shield is going to help regardless, because we are fighting Matheus, which is the ice Esper.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't kill us, Twitch and or YouTube. Alright, so she has Reflect on.
So even though she's ice, one would think, oh, she's probably weak to fire. Actually, no, she's weak to lightning.
Yeah, she's weak to thunder, and she has Reflect on, which means thunder could actually be a terrible idea. But Thundara does take care of all the little ice elementals very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the guide does recommend to start the battle with Dispel to remove the Protect and Reflect stats, then use Thundara to knock out the Ice Azirs.
Well, first I need to wake people up.
The boss will reapply Reflect, so it's best not to have any magic casting gambits. Great.
Which is why I did not set gambits for that, despite it being good for the little things.
Nat so far getting flashbacks to the Rabanastre raid.
She keeps casting Sleep a lot. Do I have a thing to prevent sleep? Yes. Put that on. Because I'm tired of healing it.
Huh, I just noticed you have 2 golden amulets.
Yes. I guess I do have the second one, which I must have gotten from trial mode?
Probably.
Or something like that? I'm not sure. Let's see, can Vaughn equip this? Yes. Yeah. Do that sleep. Becoming immune to sleep does not get rid of sleep, it looks like. Oh no, it does, okay.
Interesting. So this is Matheus the Corrupt, named after Emperor Matheus Palmisia from Final Fantasy II. Correct. Yeah, like a number of the Espers in this game are named after previous Final Fantasy characters / bosses. Because if I recall, there is a Esper named Zeramis, and then there is also an Esper named X-Death.
I don't know if there's X-Death, but I know there is a Zeramis.
Oh, Exodus.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that would be the one.
Yeah, I think Exodus was sort of a reference to it, partially, maybe? I don't know. I'm probably just stretching that.
I don't know. That would be Time Magic, Haste. I could basically end the fight right now if I wanted to with Quickenings, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, the guy recommends like wait until around the 20% mark for Quickenings, because that's when Matheus decides, I'm going to be a bit of a bitch. Yep, there's also the Chaos Esper. Once the boss gets below 50% health, she will use Chain Magic, which reduces the charge time on spells. Damage output will also increase, and then below 20% health, all actions will have 0 charge time.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, that's the charge time thing I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a surprise why regular party members can't get that. But yeah, at below 20% health is probably the recommended time for quickenings if you want to go for that.
I think now is probably a good time.
Let's do it, quickening.
Got a surprise for you.
I try to do as much as I can, which means you're going to hear button mashing, but oh well.
Button mashing ASMR?
How about some of this?
I love these quickening chains, but they're not really that interesting to talk over.
They're really not. Like, they're great to watch, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can I just say, Evanescence, decent band. Not so much anymore, but... Oh wait, that's Penella's quickening.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure they are still a decent band.
I haven't heard anything new from them, so I can't really say, I guess. So the lady you see isn't actually Matheus. What she's connected to is Matheus. The lady is an ice goddess that he kidnapped. Kinda reminds me of Zalera, the Esper of Death, if I remember.
Yeah. Zalera's the one where you only have 5 minutes to fight it, right?
I believe so.
Also, I think the quickenings are probably the worst place for the bit rate in these.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's especially going to be bad if I get Pyroclasm. Yeah, Zalera I've fought before. Probably one of the only optional espers I've gone for, just because a lot of the descriptions for the other ones involve lots of status conditions, which I never bothered to get the items that prevent. So it was just like, yeah, I don't want to fight these things. Oh hey, I got Penelo's level 3.
Nice. Resplendence.
I was not paying attention for that one. I could have gotten Ash's level 3 out of that. I was not ready to be pressing buttons.
And yeah, Zalera being the Esper of Death does also have one of Final Fantasy's most infamous set of spells, Level X Death. Or in this case, they have Level Prime Death. Because the devs know exactly what you're going to try to do. Go for a prime number to not be hit by it.
I think you can have everyone at level 47, I think it is, and everyone will be protected from all the level spells. It's either 47 or 49. But of course, by the time I get to the point where I want to fight Zalera, I'm way past that level.
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn, there was nothing in that pouch. Nothing went in your mouth. There was nothing there.
I'm surprised that you're not going to comment on Penel just doing a cartwheel.
I saw that too, yeah.
Like, you're focusing on Vaughn drinking from an empty sack, and I'm like, Penelo, why are you doing a cartwheel? There are 2 treasure chests in here, one with a bubble moat, the other has an elixir.
Nice. I also did steal from Matheus. I got a Pisces gem.
Yep. I thought something was a bit fishy about that. Because Pisces is a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You got the joke.
Yeah. Huh. Do we want to call the stream before we go back to see the Grand Kiltias, or should we save that for next time?
If we do, then we'll have another boss battle.
Yeah. That would be an interesting way to start, but it also opens up some stuff that I could do in between. I think I want to go do the fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say do the fight because, at least in the guide, the next part is right after the boss fight, so I can just open up the part 4.
This is going to end up being a bit of a longer session compared to the previous FF12 streams, but I did have to take a couple breaks as well. Oh yeah, by the way, swords are heavy.
Especially one like this.
The Dawn Shard.
I feel like this thing would hurt you to even hold. Like, it looks like the handle is
You
sharp.
just may be onto something. The Dawn Shard's no use to us, after all.
Yeah, the guy's like, this is one of the few weapons that doesn't require a license, but unless you're just that into greatswords, it isn't that
It has been
strong.
roused. It fears the sword.
Yeah, there's definitely a race of beings that are not happy about these events. At least getting the sword.
The stone is quiet.
This is the sword, the Nethicite destroyer.
Should it find its mark?
Vaughn,
I like how Balthier's like, yeah, if you actually hit with it.
did you see him again?
I didn't. Not a thing. Not even my brother. Not anything.
Yeah, so that time the prince only appeared to Ash. Wonder what that's about. Hey, Pinello, you okay? You alright there? You doing alright?
No, she's kind of purple.
Let's just fix that sap, I guess. I really wish I could just instantly leave a dungeon, because now I've got to run all the way out. Unless there's a waystone in here?
Not in there. I think you just have to go back.
Oh, yeah. I do just have to run all the way back out. Alright.
Yeah.
Another reason why Dragon Quest is the superior JRPG from Square Enix. The evac spell.
Yep. Even some of the other PS2 RPG or JRPGs at the time, one that I recall was Tales of the Abyss. You had to go back to certain dungeons, and you had to go to the deepest part to continue to progress in the story of a dungeon that you already visited. But you want to know what they did? They added a skip option. Do you want to just go straight to the end? Yes, thank you.
The Negelmur doesn't respawn, does it?
If you killed it, then it won't respawn for a long, long time.
Okay. Also, the reason that there wasn't a waystone back there is there's one right here. Takes me back to the first room. I don't care about these bats. They can chase me all they want, I still don't care about them. I just have to wait for Vaughn to draw his weapon, because you can't interact with the door while you're fleeing. But as soon as you let go of fleeing, Vaughn will draw his weapon.
And then when you interact with the door, he puts away the weapon. Yeah, you can also just teleport straight to Mount Bur-Omisace.
That's probably what I'll do, just so it's faster and I avoid enemies. Also, this can't be good.
What are you talking about? This is perfectly fine.
That's the Odin, I believe, is that ship.
Where's the giant sword? Where's the horse?
I mean, he's got the armor, at least. Kind of looks like Odin armor.
Does it go down in a single lightning spell, though? Oh, apparently that's the Alexander.
Okay, well, I can never keep the ships, straight as to which one is which.
So apparently that one is gonna blast everything with Holy.
What could it mean?
I thought it was the Odin because Vane said for that judge to take the Odin to retrieve Larsa. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to teleport back to Mount Bur-Omisace. I definitely don't need Penelo in my party for this next thing. So... Bosch should be, or not Bosch, Balthier should be fine. It's raining, and people seem to have been hurt, so definitely the Empire was here.
Let's see. Rain, people hurt. Yep, Empire was here.
Yeah. I think the rain is just to add on to the general feeling of sadness and everything going on. What, you mean the army of brutes sent by the Empire were not actually meant to protect people? Gosh. Who would have thought?
I'd steer clear of the temple. Oh, you mean go to the temple? Okay, sure.
In case anyone was wondering if the Empire was actually a good entity or an evil one, where have you been throughout this whole game? But also, here's your proof. Well, they told us one of the judges is in here, so we better go stop him.
Yep. Man, do you know how much I have to pay cleaners to fix this shit now? Like, we're at Temple. How much money do you think we really have?
Led you to the Sword of Kings.
Well, I guess we were too late to save him.
Surrender it to me. Too late into
See, maybe he should have just stayed awake and not go back to sleep.
Learn their fate.
Oh, that thing again.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting how often it appears here.
Yeah, this is the part where it's like, hey, by the way, I exist. You should know who I am. I won't tell you who I am, but you should know I exist.
No, the power of manufactured nethicite is the power of man. A weapon forged by his wisdom who would challenge the gods themselves. A fitting blade for a true dynast king. Wraithwall did but pretend the title, a cur begging nethicite scraps from his master's table. Hark! Evilise hails her true dynast.
I think the greatest thing about this fight is he does the big villain speech, and then you can kill him with a quickening chain immediately. He's in general just not a tough fight.
Yeah, he's not. Funnily enough, he was actually nerfed from his Japanese version.
Oh, okay.
In the Japanese version, he used magic, but it was all easily reflectable magic.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, now he's a pure physical attacker. He's also weak to stop, sleep, blind, sap, slow, and berserk. You probably don't want to hit him with berserk, though.
No, I don't think I want to do that. I do want to show off Pyroclasm, though.
Okay.
You're going down.
This is the one that's going to absolutely destroy the bitrate.
Wait, Vaughn, why are you tossing the Firefox logo? So that's why there's only one version of Firefox. Because when you combine two of them, it just destroys everything.
Alright.
Also, you said Pyroclasm is going to ruin the bitrate. Looks like Balthier's Element of Treachery is doing a worse job.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
I must be strong.
Maybe it's just me, but that's what it feels like to me. If you're level 30, this should be another quick battle. If you are struggling to keep your health up due to too many judges, quickenings or an Esper can help. Who the fuck uses Espers?
For real, though.
You can also try to use his lack of resistance to blind status, with such as using blind magic, or using the Ashura. Otherwise, since this is primarily a physical duel, just keep your health up and his health will whittle down over time. He does hit hard, so be prepared to heal. Oh yeah, you know what? We never really mentioned who it is. It's actually Judge Bergan.
Yeah, and I forgot to put the Ashura back on.
I mean, do you really need it at this point?
Probably not. Are those other enemies close enough to be hit by this?
Probably not. Oh, Arc Blast.
It doesn't matter.
Oh god, Arc Blast has like ruined the stream.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, so you just did 22,000 damage. You did over 5,000 more damage than he has health.
Okay.
So yeah, Quickening Chain just one-shot him.
The other guys just kind of said, okay, you took out the big guy, we definitely can't fight you, we're just gonna leave.
Mm-hmm.
He set his very bones about with manufactured nethersite. The Grand Kiltias?
Wait, what about Larsa?
Gone, spirited away by Judge Brandt.
You okay?
So he was here. As for our young lordling, he went along. To avoid trouble, you see, but Judge Bergan had other ideas. He flew into a rage, and I was left to fend for myself.
Apparently, Judge Bergan had nethicite grafted onto his bones.
Yeah, that's what they said, yeah.
So that you can protect me?
Frame rate should be... Nope, it's going back to red again. I wonder, probably Mom and Dad are doing stuff on the internet.
Well, it is almost time, so...
Yeah, we're ending literally right after the cutscene. So.
You will see that they do not start this war.
This I cannot do. Forgive me, but my errand here is not yet done. I must wield the Sword of Kings, and with it bring an end to the Dusk Shard.
These stone, do you even know what it is?
Yeah, don't worry too much about the stuttering, guys. At least the recording will be better.
In Arcades. The Empire's weapons research begins and ends there. How soon do we leave?
At once.
And now we have to head to the Imperial capital, which is quite a long trip and will probably be most, if not all, of the next session.
Yep.
You are not disappointed. That's right. Larsa left a message. The differences between our two lands will fade before the shared dream of men. My leave, I take.
I really wish the sunglasses were like cracked, so that when you put them on, they were just like broken. Yeah, that would have been cool.
I mean, considering where they were placed initially, I am not surprised that they are actually still in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
How do you propose we reach Arcades? Arcadia's borders will be well guarded for fear of Rosarian invasion. We dare not approach by air.
And their navy will see that the coast is watched as well. No, we go afoot. We'll cross into
You know what?
Arcadia
If he
in
is
the
actually
southward.
still in the chat, RS Ray, happy birthday.
We can reach the wood in
Oh,
a
happy
number of
birthday,
ways,
Ray.
but the easiest is to head north from Nalbina.
Yes, this is the point where the game has us go to Nalbina, so if we had not done the Julie side quest earlier, it would now be unavailable.
So Imperial patrols there should be sparse.
Because it
Setting
disappears
that far should be half the
at
fun. Let's
this
be sure we
specific
go
point in the
prepared.
game. Alright, I think it's best if I go ahead and cut things off here, since the stream is apparently dying. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember that all my streams are going to be raising money for the Parkinson's Foundation, so tune in to more streams. The next one will be Wednesday with more Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Finally getting back to that. So hope you guys have enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time for more streams on HellfireComms. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.